DNA results fast at your doorstep in less than 3 weeks.
I hear if you get DNA tests now, your privacy isn't necessarily as protected as you may have thought it was.
All right, we're live.
Hey!
Fun
Cool.
fact.
Cool.
All right. So as soon as Tim gets the questions up in the center
We're ready to
screen
rock and
here,
roll.
we can
Q&A
start reading them.
Thursdays.
Yeah.
Coming at you
Absolutely.
live from the Rad Company. Holy
There they are.
crap, there's a lot.
It's a lot. Okay.
A lot of questions.
And of course, this is the day when Levi is not here, right? So
Is he not?
he is not here. He picked today of all days not to be here because he needed a personal day, just to do family stuff. So
Sometimes it's nice to take a personal day.
Can't
Sometimes I take
fault
the
him
whole
for
day to get a little personal with my personal day.
I'm gonna guess he's watching this right now, though, and he's just rooting us on from the
Heck
sidelines.
yeah, he is.
So, any rate,
We have so many comments, though. We're not going to be able to see if he comments here because we have a lot to get
Tim,
through.
if you could please scroll up to the top of the comments. I know there are a lot more than those. I remember the ones that started. Okay.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
There was one from before the Rag Company comment there. Is Sharuka's there? Because I saw Sharuka had one.
That's the only one on the list.
Really? Okay.
We're all the way at the top there.
Huh. Oh, are you looking? There's live chat and there's top chat. Sorry, guys, a little inside baseball. It's basically you want to make sure that your live chat settings show you everything that came in. So, okay.
Problem solved.
Okay, so we have plenty of questions here.
There it is.
We're going to
Okay.
start firing away,
Yeah.
guys.
Let's
because
just start
How this
tackling
happens
those.
is we start answering these questions, and it starts building up faster and faster, and then we get behind, and the next thing you know, it's 5 o'clock, and we say, hey, we out.
All right. Start us off, Anthony.
From
Why
the
don't
top
you?
here, Corey Mather. What up from Canada? A? I added the A. Always look forward to your live videos. I'd watch 5 days a week if you were on. Wow.
Oh,
Gonna
so
start-
nice.
We're gonna-
Dedication.
We're going to start camming here pretty soon at that rate. All right, getting into the next one. Corey Mather says, Captain Slow, a.k.a. the main Dane, a.k.a. Dane the Kid, that guy right there.
Oh, yeah.
Just wanted to say that you are the man right there. After my own heart. Holy crap, he's a man after his own
Nice.
heart. I used to keep a mini Xmas Christmas tree up year-round. I'm rocking a 5-cylinder and a huge fan of wagons. Stay cool.
My kind of guy.
You guys should go get a drink together.
All right. Well, you know what, Corey? You're good in my book. Thanks.
All right, so we got somebody
And
else
all
here.
the comments disappeared again. Oh, and they're back.
Okay, so Morgan, go ahead and
All
read
right.
this one off.
Ooh.
All right, so we got Hey Guys and Morgan, of course. When's the new episode of Morgan Learning Detailing coming? And thanks for all the great shows and towels you make. Keep it up. Best regards from Sweden.
Well, thank you, OPT
Sweden,
Anders.
thank you. So when is the next episode coming up? I believe soon.
I did
Yeah.
most of it before we went on our Florida trips and did all that stuff, and it's just kind of got stuck on the back burner, unfortunately. Sorry, Morgan. I have Tim bringing it up, though. He's going to have it probably done in the next day or two, so I would expect it to go out early next week, or maybe even sometime this weekend if he gets it done before the end of Friday. We'll see.
Yeah.
Soon.
Okay, so here we go. David D. Hi, folks. Amateur here. I've got a 7424 XP. Very nice. But looking to upgrade. Should I get the Rupes 75 ES 3-inch for the body curves and keep the 7424 for the flat panels? Or should I only get a Rupes Mark II? It's a good question. I like that. That's actually a really good question.
Yeah.
To just kind of tackle that, initially, you've got the 7424. Switching that to a 3-inch backing plate is probably going to be the best case scenario. I mean, that machine is an absolute beast with a 3-inch backing plate. That's what I use personally. I think it's a great option for people that don't have the money to go with a 75, a 3-inch on a 75. So what I would do, go with the 15 Mark II and use that for the flat panels, and then turn the 7424 into your 3-inch machine, and you will have the best of both worlds.
As awesome as the 21 is, you can do like everything with the 15.
Yeah,
pretty much.
The 15 is just it's the detailing tool. I mean, it really is. The 21, yes, is also a detailing tool, but the 21, you're limited to those larger flat panels unless you're good at forcing big things into tight spaces.
Well, and
All right, so
Yeah,
I
I was just going to say, that's actually next up on the Morgan Learns Detailing. We're going to be getting her into
That is
polishing.
true.
So that's going to happen after the Decontamination episode, which is the one that's currently getting finished up and should be out soon.
Yeah.
All right, Dane, take on Steven here.
All right, Stephen Bissett? Looking to apply gloss coat, but the hydrophobics look a bit less than C-Quartz and G-Technic. Would Hyperseal add hydrophobics? Well, as you may know with coatings, it's definitely meant to be like your sacrificial layer, right? You want to put that down on the vehicle's, clear or paint, whichever you have there. And you just want to make sure that you have that sacrificial layer in place. Then you can top it with something. So you could put a sealant on it. You could put a wax, anything else. Different hydrophobics. This is where Levi would be extremely handy because he could talk to you all about contact angle. But I'll let Anthony fill in on this one because I know he's got plenty of experience in this.
Yeah, so Hyper-Seal is fantastic. So basically it's like your ceramic topper is really what it is. And it does have great hydrophobic properties on its own, but truly I just like the look of Hyper-Seal. So gloss coat looks great. Hyper-Seal adds a little bit more shine, a little more depth to the paint. So I think that with the combination of those two, you will have more protection, just a better overall result. Yeah, great combo. Here we go, Morgan. You are second on the substance B, not to be confused with substance A or C.
All right, so should I use Tide Pods, the free and gentle ones, when washing microfibers? Does the dissolve film from the Tide Pod cause issues?
I would not do that. If it was me. I know it's easy just to grab pods and throw them in, but I just wouldn't take the risk with having that extra film floating around.
It's better than the folks who end up using like the powdered detergent. But
yeah, true.
It's basically it's like 3 steps towards the 4th step being actual liquid. You're like basically there, but powder is on the other end of the spectrum. You're doing pretty good, but you might as well just use the liquid because with the pods, yes, it's easy, but by the way, don't eat them. Yeah, just don't do it because there's that risk that's involved, and you can just remove that by using liquid. It's really straightforward.
All right, so Elevated Shine, big thanks to the team at TRC. I ordered a case of towels for an event coming up at 6 a.m. Tuesday morning, East Coast time, and by 11, it had changed status to shipped.
Booyah.
Awesome.
Yep.
Cool, man. What's the over-under for Bead Maker questions? My guess is over 25.
Yeah, he knows. He knows what's up.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, we'll see. We'll tackle that.
We'll see. I mean, we haven't seen him yet.
Yeah. So, word up from snowy Minneapolis. What up, dude? Word up from snowy Idaho right now.
Yeah. We actually got some snow on the ground.
Got some snow. Morgan, Dane, take it away.
Oh, Ian Jack. Hello, guys from Alberta, Canada. I'm guessing it's snowing up there. Ian Jack, Clean Your Machine, Inc. Bummer about Levi. He has the years of wisdom. While that is true, I would put Levi and Anthony head-to-head on most cases when it came to actual just, like, make a car look good. They could definitely do that. But Levi, like, he has the background experience of, like, some weird old-school stuff that we definitely have not run into.
How do you say this? Levi has seen some stuff in his day. He has seen some stuff that I have
We're
not
on a
seen.
live stream. I'm just going to say, he's seen
so
some shit.
He's seen some shit.
Yeah.
And a lot of shit that I have not seen.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing. I mean, his experience outweighs mine, literally tenfold. I mean, he's 20 years into this. I have, less than a quarter of that basic. I mean, I've, 5-6 years of my own stuff, whereas he's done this professionally for 20 years. So it's a totally different thing. So, yeah. Anyways, he will be with us next week, though. So if you have any questions, you want to wait till then, you can, or you can shoot them out now.
Incidentally, I will not be here next week.
Really?
On Thursday, specifically.
Oh
We're seeing
gosh,
about
Dane.
that.
Thanks
I will
a
be
lot.
out for medical purposes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We'll see. We don't want to go too far into that.
Nope.
I mean, a little bit,
Nope.
but whatever. Okay, so just purchased the Rupes Bigfoot Polisher LHR15 Mark III. Now the waiting begins. Congratulations, Mark Rossi. That's awesome, man. We are
Good
very
going.
happy for you. I think you're really going to like the Mark III.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic machine. I know a lot of people are just basically eagerly waiting that to arrive. Here we go. Corey Mather is back again. Going to decon, polish and coat my car, but I want to do Dr. Color Chip on some rock chips. Do I do the touch up after the polish, before the coating? How much time to cure before coating? Well,
Great question. We actually addressed this in the Volvo detailing series, Corey.
yeah, we have this. I don't know if you've seen our video yet on Dr. Color Chip specifically.
If you haven't, watch it.
Yeah, and so we personally did it before the polishing. I was able to knock it out. I have a lot of experience with Dr. Color Chip, so I kind of know how to handle it, and mainly for the fact that you're filling in chips, and that paint can be polished over, so that Dr. Color Chip can be polished over if you give enough time to cure in between the application and when you're polishing. So typically, if you're waiting a week for that to fully cure and dry, you're absolutely fine. If you're on more of a time crunch, then that's when I would probably polish, then fill the chips. and then wait a day or however long, maybe a day, 48 hours, and then I do the coating. So you can go about it a couple of different ways. I don't want to say any way is the wrong way. I typically just like to do it first and then give myself plenty of time. And so it's like a revisit on that occasion. Let's see. Dane, did you pass the math?
Thank you, Riley. I'll just lay it out right now since people are curious. No, there is no mask to pass. Is not the issue. Sorry to get gory details for anybody who doesn't know what's going on. Basically, my intestines are
Eating themselves.
One's pinched. I mean, to say nothing else, one is pinched, and that's no bueno, right? So next Thursday I'll be going in, hopefully getting them to take a look at it and just make sure there's no, I'm not saying I have cancer or anything like that. Just they want to make sure
Don't want Dane
everything's
to die.
cool. So yeah, I just I want to be alive for a long time to come. So
Yeah, he's got things to film here, guys. He has a job to do. We can't let him go that fast.
good luck making videos without me.
Yeah, it's true. It's gonna be pretty sad.
Tim will help a lot. But yeah, no, guys, I'll know more in a couple of weeks. But till then.
All right, so Cody Boss, any negative to coating chrome wheels? No, I don't see any negative to doing that. Most of the chrome is going to be more of like that coated, chrome material. I mean, how do I explain this? It's chrome. You coat it. Most coatings aren't designed to stick to chrome unless there's specific metal coatings out there that you're using. But I would say there's no negative. It just may not last as long. So go for it.
Yeah.
See what happens. What is to prefer and why when polishing cross pattern or not? Is there any benefit to not doing the cross pattern? Good question. So when doing the cross pattern or the cross hatching on when you're polishing, I think that's one of the best ways to learn. I think that's one of the best ways to get used to using a polisher and learning how to get proper coverage. Mainly for the fact that when you start going out of that cross pattern, it really comes down to a matter of memory. Have I gone there? Have I not gone here? How many passes have I made on this side of the hood versus this side of the hood? I would say start with cross pattern, get good with that, get used to kind of creating a grid. I've explained this before in videos that when I'm polishing, when I see a vehicle, I already see a grid that I'm working with, right? I cut the hood into 4 sections. I see a door, I cut it into 2 sections. I see a rear quarter panel, that could be 3 sections. I already create a grid and I work within that grid. Now, whether I'm doing the cross hatching or not, it's a matter of just knowing where I've gone, where I need to go, how many passes. If I'm doing 2-step, doing a 3-step, 1-step, whatever I'm doing, that's how you kind of keep that. I don't know. What am I trying to say? That's how you keep track of it.
Yeah.
So,
well, and we're going to be touching on a lot of those things when we get to the Morgan Learns Detailing, where we're teaching her polishing. Because, you've seen it in the Morgan, video where they do the Wash Wednesday, and she gets a taste of polishing and stuff. But we'll be able to get more into the real technique and stuff, and really get you, accustomed to how you're going to learn to do it, because different people have different styles, right? I mean, I see Levi and Anthony, they do more of a scrubbing kind of style, and you mentioned that in your Adam LZ Wash Wednesday when you're doing that.
yeah.
Speaking of Adam LZ, that mustache, though.
People are
Your
already
mustache,
I don't know
though.
what you guys are
Hans
talking
already
about.
said
Yeah, he's calling it out.
Literally don't know
it's
what's
not just me.
See that upper lip, man?
Don't know what you guys are talking about. This is just my face. All right, so
He's
Mark
trying.
Rossi.
He's having a phase.
The newest model has 6 speeds, 3,000 to 5,200. So when we're using the Rupes 4-step correction, blue, green, yellow, white pads with corresponding creams, which is the preferred speed setting for all 4, dependent on how bad the paint defects are. And, I would rate my vehicle paint probably a 6 out of 10 at this time. Not sure if I should do all 4 steps. Holy crap. Okay. I'm not sure if I should do all 4 steps or 2 steps at what speeds. Never used a DA, so went with the newest last night. Okay.
I mean, Rupes does have their system set up pretty foolproof if you go that route. That's much better way to do it if you're just learning.
They do have a good system, but but I'm taking the fact that you've said that you are just learning. You have all of these things at your disposal, I'm assuming, with all the pads and
if
and
he's
the
asking,
compounds
he must have
and all of that. Really, out of all of that, the takeaway is to work slow. This is your first time using a DA. There is no reason why you should be going over a speed setting of 4. This is your first time using this stuff. Typically, I would say your working speed would probably be anywhere from 2.5 to 4, 4 being your max. I wouldn't rip it up to 5 or 6, let alone, especially on that Mark II. Or I think that's what you said, Mark II, right? I think it's a Mark II.
I believe so.
Yeah, with how powerful that machine is, you should never have to do that. 6 is pretty much reserved for. I mean, you're just spinning pads clean. I mean, very rarely will you jump up to 6.
You know what you should do? We actually did a episode with Dylan where he shows you how to prime the pad, among all things, because their priming process for the Rupes pads is a little bit different than maybe what you're accustomed to on other things. So go back, look when Dylan was visiting here last year around summertime, did a good multi-step correction on a black F-150 that was completely thrash. But that one's a good thorough video. It should give you a good idea of, the idea of, okay, here's 1 step, 2 step, 3 step. Like you can kind of see the process and get an idea from their pads and everything they're using. I would definitely go check that out though. Just look up Rupes or Dylan von Kleist, the Rag Company, do a video search and you should see those come up. They're definitely worth watching.
Yeah. So go ahead, Morgan, jump in.
Yeah.
We got Hans coming in. He says 10th Q&A. Damn time flies.
It does. We're moving.
Yeah.
We're moving.
And Master of Shine changed a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You,
no, his hair got longer.
looking weirder. I don't know.
Weirder?
I don't know how to describe it.
You're the one with the mustache.
What are you
Look,
talking
you're getting
about?
ripped apart. Look, everyone else.
Oh.
I love it.
That one's probably my favorite. Working on
I love that.
Camaros. That's
This
good.
is awesome. I love this. Okay,
Oh,
this
it's
is
good
fantastic.
stuff.
Oh
Actually,
my gosh.
yeah.
I'm keeping it. Yeah, based off these comments. I'm loving this.
So what was Riley saying to you?
Anthony, what's up with the mustache? Working on Camaros. Darn right, dude. I'm working on all sorts of Camaros.
yee.
Muscle. I'm not gonna do
Say
that. No, I'm not
Just
gonna
a good
do
old
that.
yee.
Let's see. Prestige Mobile Auto Detailing. How did the FJ Cruiser go, Morgan?
Well,
Well,
how did the FJ Cruiser go?
How did it go? It was funny. It was my friend's car. I don't know if you two saw the post.
Yeah, I
but,
saw your Insta.
and he came over before the car meet the other day, and he was telling me, he was like, I need to go wash it off before we try and clean it because it's really dirty. And I was like, no, like, just let me show you. So
Do it right.
Yep. So we got the O&R out, and it always blows everyone's minds.
You did the pre-spray, right? With the
Yeah.
multi, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they were like, there's no way that like you're gonna be able to just get this off with that sponge thing. And I was like,
Watch this magic.
Yeah.
I didn't know you got a big red sponge. I'm proud of you.
I borrowed it because you didn't
Oh.
reply to me when I asked if I could borrow stuff.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I just decided
absolutely.
yes, I could.
Well, I'm glad.
She's
you
in
were able to
training
make use of
mode.
it.
She's learning, so this is really awesome.
But
She's
I
putting
want
it to the
one
test.
because I was trying to decide if I liked.
the sponge or doing like
yeah.
towels or mitts.
Well, everybody's always leery of the sponge because it's a sponge. But the big red sponge is made with O&R design in mind.
But then you use it and you
So-
say, it didn't scratch my paint, I don't understand. And then people are like, I don't understand. And then you're like, it doesn't make sense.
It's
and
a
then
super high-end Lake Country foam that they use for that. For that
just
big
go with
red
it, man.
sponge. It's awesome.
Go with the flow. It's the motion of the ocean. All right. Do you guys ever use O&R wash and wax? We do, Daryl. We've used that
Yes.
in several Wash Wednesdays. Fantastic. It's actually right. Morgan, there it is right there. Hand it to me.
Yeah.
Green bottle right there.
People get hung up on this because they think watching our videos that we only use O&R Wash and Shine, the blue stuff.
Yeah.
And the reality is we use it a lot because we're doing other things after
most
we wash the
versatile.
car.
Yeah.
Guys, the reason you use blue O&R is because, especially in our case, we're doing educational videos. We're showing you, okay, now that we've washed it, now we're going to show you how to apply some kind of, topper,
Protectant
coverage,
or
whatever.
something like that.
Or we're going to polish a car. You don't want to use wash and wax before you polish a car. That's just putting a layer of wax on that you then have to remove. That's not... It's just common sense, mainly.
Yeah.
However, if you're looking for a video where this gets used, there are multiple Wash Wednesdays where we use wash and wax, and there's a Details with Levi where he does an old Nash, I think it was Nash or Graham Hollywood limo, and he covers the whole thing with this and walks through the whole process. So yes, go check out those videos. Levi going through that. So if you really miss him right now, you can go watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, fantastic product. We do use this. I tell people it's a great product for somebody that just wants to do maintenance washes and they want to make sure their car stays protected and they're always going to be using the same product. Go for it. But you can still clay with it. You can still wash with it. You can still use it for multiple things. It just has wax in it, and it also smells like green apple though, which is.
I was also
kinda
going to
nice,
point
yeah.
out it is the same wax in this that is Optimum's car wax, Optimum spray wax. So that is really, really good wax. in a sprayable form when you get it separately, but it has UV inhibitors. It actually really does a good job of protecting your car. Granted, in wash and wax, it is slightly diluted because it's part of a wash solution, so you get that difference there. But otherwise, same protection.
All right. So Han says Anthony's doing the Adam LZ upper lip. Yes.
Yep.
Anthony LZ in the house. His stash rubbed. Wait, I don't want to say rubbed up on me. That sounds weird. His stash. I don't know. I decided to shave my face last night because it was getting pretty beardy. Shaved into a stash, and I said, I like that. I think I'm gonna roll with that. My fiance hasn't seen it yet. I have no idea what she's gonna say, and we'll tackle that as it comes.
Well,
here we go. So I understand Bead Maker is good on everything, but can you use it on carpets or things like that? No, you don't want to use it on carpets unless you want hydrophobic carpets.
You physically could spray it on there, but then you'd probably regret it because that's a waste of.
We have a friend actually watching this right now that had sprayed it on carpets accidentally, and it worked okay. It worked fine. Just I wouldn't recommend it. It's not what it was made for. Dane?
Okay, moving down the list here. Press 2 for Anthony to shave the stash. Thank you, Tonzors. I'm enjoying this. Just keep harassing him about the stash.
Yeah,
if you guys are
this.
listening on
we
the
just title
podcast and they can't see Anthony's stash, please go over to the Rag Company YouTube channel and just see the majesty that is Anthony's upper lip right now. This is just hilarious.
I need it to be thicker. I'm going to start drawing. I'm going to start filling it in.
Yeah, he's working his way to a Casablanca, but he's trying not to have a dirt stash. He's like in that range.
True.
It's questionable right now. Now, Adam LZ, he fully committed. That thing is like 70s cop stash. It's crazy.
Yeah, I want mine to be clean. I want mine to be acceptable.
But it's smart because you know what? People, it's memorable. You know, if you can get by with it, then more power to you.
All right. So, question from a beginner. I like to detail my car and wanted to have a clean start to work from. What's the best way to remove everything on the paint, old wax, etc.? You could wash the car. You can go over the car with paint prep. You can wash the car, go over the car with Ferrex. You can wash the car, go over it with Power Clean. You could use, there's several different decon washes out there that people make. Matt from Obsessed Garage has a decon wash that does strip things.
Yeah, the citrus one, right?
Yeah, it's like a citrus wash, and you can do things so many different ways. You can also just jump straight into polishing and remove old wax and things like that. There's countless things. I just tell people stick with one method and kind of go for it. Typically, a wash, all-purpose cleaner, a wash with an iron decontamination product will typically get that stuff.
It also depends on your schedule, how much time you have to spare to do something like that. The wash method may be quicker if you're going with a more, heavy wash.
Next, here we go.
All right, next down. This Morgan.
Riley says, Anthony LZ was my second guess.
Man, Riley's on fire here.
He's just coming out with the roasts. I like
the
it.
aggression.
Keep it going, Morgan.
All right.
Not the roast, but with comments.
So we got not with the roast. Hi everyone. I was wash my drying microfibers with the mitts and the smittens. No issues so far. Any objections?
Oh, just in terms of like combining
I
stuff.
washed my drying microfibers.
Is that what Delphine's saying?
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
Shouldn't be any issue there.
Should be okay.
I washed all those together as well, and I've never had an issue.
When it comes to separating out things in the wash, things to look for are basically really harsh, vibrant colors versus more muted tones. You don't want to mix those two together unless you know for a fact that the more vibrant ones have like chip dye or something where it locks in the color. Otherwise, just pay attention to what you're using products-wise in the different towels, and that way you make sure you're not introducing something potentially hazardous into the mix.
Yeah. Sydney here. Anthony, what is the most ideal dilution for brake buster in the IK foamer? Great question,
Foamier.
Sydney. I would go like 6-1, 7-1 is typically what I like to go with. So you're not using a whole lot. You're really not. You're using, I think in Matt's video, if you go back and watch the Obsessed Garage video where I show him how to use the IK foamer lineup, we actually use brake buster in that video, and you'll see the dilution I use as well as the result that I get, and it's pretty fantastic. So
foam's good.
Yeah,
good.
brake buster is the produces the most foam out of any wheel cleaner I've ever used. Let alone, a lot of the soaps I've used.
We tried a lot of other ones, and it foams on it foams like a wash soap.
Extremely impressive. Yeah, I really like that stuff. I've really been a big fan since we've been using it for the last oh gosh, almost a year now.
Yeah.
We've been playing with it. So,
But that's the thing. Like, we test products for a long time before, we're going to release them just automatically like
Yeah.
that.
here we go. Hey, TRC crew, need to get back to my flooded basement. Oh gosh, sorry, man.
Uh-oh.
But wanted to make sure Anthony saw my custom TRC IK Alki and wondering if you had the tracking number on my free swag. Did you win free swag Friday?
Well, in that case, no, I don't think so. So
I don't know.
We'll have to figure out that one offline and see if
hit me up.
they would send some free swag otherwise. Make sure you send an email over to anthony@theragcompany.com. We'll double check on that. Although, your custom IK, that alkaline one, is that what he's talking about?
I haven't seen it. I don't know. Maybe did he send it in? I'm not sure.
I think he sent it to John. I've seen like a blue and silver one. Something
Okay,
like that.
I'll have to see it. So.
No, man, sorry. There's so much stuff that goes on around here. We occasionally miss it. So if you're wanting to reach out to us directly, just make sure you shoot us a message.
John
direct.
hoards a lot of things in his office, and he'll say, "Hey, I was sent this like 3 weeks ago. Do you know anything about this?" I'm like John, like that's my. God, that's my toothbrush I ordered off of Amazon. What are you doing holding on to that? I'm just kidding.
First of all, why is he sending those to work?
I don't know. All right, getting back into it. So, Matt Valeto, Anthony, you learning from Adam LZ now. 6 stash. Matt likes it.
Matt approved.
You like the stash, and I appreciate you as a person. Thank you so much. Christian here, what is the best polisher for a beginner? Is it worth buying a Rupes? It's absolutely worth buying a Rupes. Absolutely. But not if you're a beginner. I tell people if you're a beginner, one of the best polishers to probably pick up would be like a border cable, getting to like a 7424, getting a Harbor Freight, getting a little Griot's 6-inch. Get something. How do I say this?
Whichever one of those is available near you.
Get something more affordable because you don't even know if you like polishing yet.
Right,
That's what I tell people. Don't jump straight into a Rupes because if you hate it, you're going to have a nice tool sitting on the shelf and never going to be used. So
Because it's the concept of polishing with a DA. That's one thing. But then when you go to a Rupes, it's smoother. It's all these other things. You can really appreciate that once you've got some, time under your belt with another rougher, cheaper polisher.
Yeah. What's up, my people? I hope you're all doing well. Morgan, this is for you.
Yes.
What are your future plans for your detailing services?
Ooh.
Also, thank you for all the kind words regarding the TRC Grandmaster shout out.
Oh,
Heck yeah, dude. TRC Grandmaster, Carnuba in the house.
For life.
Carnuba's
What
a
up,
dude.
So we're gonna have him. Actually, we're gonna have him on a special podcast here soon for the Grandmasters, which we're gonna be doing a quick little interview with each one of them, just asking them a bit about them and their business.
Yeah.
Thought it'd be kind of cool to do that with them and have that be like a quarterly thing that we do with all of our new Grandmasters of the year. So get them in because they have another. A little over a month and a half left is what they have. So congratulations, guys! Again, thank you for all you've done. Morgan, what's your plans?
Well, so first we're going to do some more learnings because now since these guys are back, they can actually
What'd you do today?
Today we started on interior stuff because I don't think we've ever...
We don't do a lot of videos on that.
Yeah, well, I don't think...
We've never done a lot of... And that's one area where I think that there's just a lot of information that we could put out there or other people could put out there on interiors because I think it's one of those things that it's kind of hard to film interiors. Interiors are typically dark. It's kind of hard to shoot all the cracks and crevices, but it's just so worth it.
Well, and there's a lot of variables, in terms of what somebody spilled and what kind of fabric it was and all this different stuff.
It's like cleaning somebody's house, and sometimes you don't want to clean that person's house.
It's as varied or more varied than what you end up with on paint half the time. Yeah. So it's definitely worthy of consideration, and I highly encourage people to do more interior videos.
Yeah, so
sure.
Morgan, so continue. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
Sorry.
So we started on some interior stuff on one of our coworkers' trucks, and we're probably going to maybe do more of that tomorrow, depending. Yeah.
Heck yeah, we are. We're gonna finish it up. It's one of our coworkers, Nate's Tacoma. He has that he takes. He hates the word overlanding.
It's an overlanding style
We're gonna
truck.
call it overlanding. He hates that word, but we're just gonna say that it
He's
is.
got a little fire axe on the back. He's got the rack. He's got the.
It's a zombie truck.
Yeah.
It's literally like it's end of the world truck, and you can live out of that thing, and it's awesome. It's got a tent on the roof. Literally a full tent. It's awesome. Okay, so. After you diluted O&R on the bucket and the sprayer, how much time or days will last? Well, Carlos, so typically, gosh, you can have a bucket of O&R sit for weeks and be totally fine. A lot of people will reuse the O&R after a
'em.
wash, and they'll use it multiple times, if they have a grit guard in there. I think from the words of Ivan, I think he said it's got a shelf life of months. You know, if it's mixed in a sprayer, the only thing that is not going to sustain is the color.
Right. So just because it loses its color does not mean it won't work.
Correct.
If it loses its color, and you can see it there, just shake it up, and as long as you see maybe like a bubble or two, it's still functional.
Yeah.
So
I think that it's the color, and then you might lose the smell a little bit. It kind of, and I don't want to say it loses the smell all the way. It just smells like something. I don't really know how to describe it. It still smells good.
well, when it's new, they say it smells like Japanese candy.
I love it.
I
love
the
the smell of O&R.
when
It's
it's new.
freaking amazing.
Yep.
So, let's see. Going next, here we go. Bead Maker or Nano Skin Choke? What's better?
I'm wondering if is it like Nano Shock, or I'm trying to remember
I think it's called Nano Skin Choke. I have not I cannot
As far as
personally
comparing
use-
things to Bead Maker, it's always hard because there's a lot of different things out there where people are like, oh, I think it's like this. And then somebody will compare the two and it'll look totally different. Yeah, when it comes to Bead Maker, people are like, oh, the longevity's not as long as other things. That's not the selling point to me or to anyone else in this room. The selling points of Bead Maker are just the way it looks, the way it feels, totally different. If you're looking for more protection, there are other products that'll last longer, yes. However, Bead Maker is just something about it. You just got to experience it for yourself. It's special.
It's an experience.
Because it's not an SiO2 like a lot of the other products that compete with it are. So it's fairly unique.
Ramrod 64K. What's the best product in the Optimum line to pre-soak with? Pre-soak, I personally like diluted power clean. I also like Opti-Clean. You can also pre-soak with good old-fashioned O&R. I think either one of those is a good option.
I think probably out of all those, the Opti-Clean is the one that we do that bird poop video that Levi did for Details with Levi. He does it on his high-performance Hyundai. You can see him sprayed on the roof there. That's actually really good use for Opti-Clean.
Who's next? Morgan, take it away.
What maximum speed and temperature do you recommend for microfibers in the washing machine, please? I use 800 RPM. Can I go up to 1,000?
I'll be honest, I've never taken speed of a washer or dryer into consideration when cleaning microfiber. It's always been about the temperature. Those are the big factors, whether it's temperature during the wash or temperature during drying. Just make sure you're not introducing too much heat. No heat is best because then you don't have anything to worry about.
I don't think speed is going
potentially.
to.
But speed, I think speed is just like not the worst thing. It depends on the towel too, right? Like if you have one where it's like a twist loop and it has long fibers and they can catch or something, maybe. But I mean, short of the only thing that we've ever sold that I found that maybe you want to look out for, like an agitator in a washing machine. And sorry, I still haven't stuck up nasally, but the chenille wash mitts, those have a liner inside of them, and if they get beat up by an agitator, it can kind of literally beat the stuffing out of them. That's the only product I've seen out of all of our microfiber stuff where that seems to be a consideration, I would say.
Let's see. New fan from the UK. Love you guys. Ordered my first batch of Rag Company products and look forward to using them. Heck yeah, dude. We're excited for you. I ordered an Everest 1100 thinking thicker would be better, but every video I've seen since has said it's too thick. Would you guys advise using it? What would you guys advise using it for? Polishing, buffing?
It's the show-off towel. That's why people get it.
I typically tell people that I like it for quick detailing. I like it for quick detailing. You can use it for all those other things. It's just one of those things where it's just so thick that it's kind of just it's hard to use. It's just it's just a lot of towel, and so you sit there folding this thing, and really I like using products that have a lot of lubrication. So using Bead Maker would be good. Using Quick Detailer would be good. Any other spray sealant that spreads easily would be fine. It's just be prepared because you're gonna have a handful of towel. Is what you're gonna have.
It's a very high quality microfiber, but the fact of the matter is it's really just there so when you're at the car show and other people are looking at you, or you're just putting the finishing touches on someone's car at your shop, it's the towel you pull out to make them look like, I totally pampered this car. You should be really jealous of what this car's getting right now. That's why that towel exists. Functionally, there will be other towels you could certainly use that'll get you just as good a results and be less of a massive burden in the hand.
Yeah. Hope you like the new tires and wheels for the Civic, Anthony. I do. I am a huge fan of those. Those look awesome. Not ideal that it's been snowing, but
Perfect timing to lower it and to put nice, wheels on it.
just sending it though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Morgan, did you ever put your other wheels and tires on?
No.
You've been sending it as well? Yeah.
She's been snow plowing.
Absolutely.
So it's pretty much
Yeah.
how we roll around here. Can someone get Megan a refill?
It's Morgan, man.
What would Megan want for a refill?
What is Megan?
Is your water not full enough?
I need.
It's 3/4 of the way.
Yeah.
4/5
Listen
of the
here,
way.
Megan. You need to fill that up more because
no,
that is just
don't say- oh no.
that's horrible.
I want
Okay.
some green apple syrup.
Okay.
Oh no, don't do that. Don't drink
You want to
that.
go for a ride? Yeah. Wait till you drink some of this.
Please
stuff.
do not. Yeah, we're all like big brothers here, just bad influence. So
Exactly.
yeah, trouble.
Okay. Hold on. I have you guys jump in. I need to.
Yeah.
I need to go get some caffeine. So.
He's running to grab the caffeine.
Yeah,
All
you're
right.
making me tired every time you yawn. I'm
I know, I'm
like,
getting tired of it.
All right. Well, I'll save the more technical questions for you, so you better be back quick.
Jump in it.
Because I'm Mr. Semantics, but that only, satisfies so many people. So, any rate. Okay. So, Dave Healy. Hey, guys, UK listener, watcher. Can you tell us what you really think about the Masterson's products? I wouldn't even, but the guy's a douche, a Dutch? Yeah, okay.
He's Dutch.
No, he's talking about Greg. Greg is one of those entities that, he's a character. And really, that's the best I can leave it with because he's polarizing. And honestly, when you see him, all I know is that I think he's genuinely just he's doing what he does because he enjoys being that person. Whether it's the real him or not, I only know the interactions we've had online and stuff, so couldn't really say. But as far as the products go, I have not personally used any of the products. I think Anthony used a couple of them out of curiosity, but he just stepped out. So anyway, that's pretty much all I have to offer on that front. So it's basically choose your own adventure. Okay, Delphine, Bez, why don't you get that one, Morgan?
yeah, I'll read it for you.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So he wants to know, can you please explain if waxing and sealing do really protect from contamination? I always have rust dots coming back, although the car is not especially exposed.
Ooh. Okay, if you're seeing rust dots, now that's something where I may ask Anthony for an input. I know if Levi were here, he would basically talk about, you're seeing rust dots. So basically, this is a case for like a mineral deposit remover or a like an iron remover. It kind of depends on where you are, but like if you're in an area that's got a lot of industrial, yards around and it rains, you get that rain that contains maybe some iron particles in it. You can get stuff where it's literally just the particles and they rust on the surface, but it's not your actual paint doing that. Anthony, you should probably weigh in on this one because this is definitely outside my realm of expertise.
Inside my coffee. Where we at, guys?
We're at Delphine right there. So
Delphine, you guys
Yes.
only made it through one question.
You're so fast.
Could you
Yes.
please explain if waxing sealing really do protect from contamination? Always have rust dots coming back, although the car is not especially exposed. Let's see. Yes and no. So here's the thing. A lot of those dots that you see are on other cars as well, right? You just don't see them because it's the color of that car. White, I'm guessing your car's white. I'm guessing it's a lighter color. You always see that stuff, and it's something you're always going to see. So yes, it's going to protect from that type of contamination, but at the same time, it's like, that contamination can still build on top of a wax. It can still build on top of a sealant. It can still even sometimes penetrate some things like that. It's more of a matter of it's better to have it on there than not have it at all. So if you're really worried about that, I would say jump into more of a coating. A coating is going to offer way more protection. It's going to fill the pores of the paint way more than any wax or sealant would, regardless. And if that's what your biggest thing is chemicals, go with the coating. That's kind of where it's at.
Fair enough.
Levi is the OPT Ivan, but TRC version. Yes.
Thank you, Hans.
Yes.
He's not here. We know. There's only one Levi, so
Where is he,
Yeah.
Dane? Adam wants to know.
honestly, I have no idea. All I know is he took the day off. I don't know why he took Q&A Thursday off, but I think it may have been strategic on his part. He wanted to watch us squirm without him and show him how much we needed him.
He's like,
Joke's on you, Levi. We'll do this.
They can be able to survive without us.
Watch, they're all going to rebel against it now because I said that.
Let's see. As a beginner,
Mm-hmm.
would you use a wax first and then a sealant, or the other way around?
Oh.
As a beginner, you would always use your longest lasting protection first, followed by your least longest lasting. So it'd be, in this case, it'd be sealant first and wax. That's pretty much how it would go. Typically, 9 out of 10 times, you're always going to have your sealant first unless you're getting into coatings.
Yeah.
Always nice to see you back every Thursday, by the way. Nice to see
Thank you, Delphine.
back, Delphine.
Much appreciated.
Us, me, Dane, and Megan here really enjoy having the company of everybody on this live feed. Any benefit of mixing Bead Maker with O&R when doing a rinseless wash?
What is with people's obsession with mixing
They
products
want to be
together?
their own chemist.
They want to
do.
just like mix them together. I'm not saying you can't do it. I haven't tried it, so I don't know what it would happen, but you're welcome to give it a shot. I think it would basically be more or less the same as O&Ring a car, washing it, and then just Bead Maker drying aid over it. You probably get a similar
I have no
effect.
idea. I really don't.
If you mix it in your bucket, though, you probably use way too much Bead Maker.
Well, yeah, you'd
for
be
one thing.
diluting the heck out of
Yeah.
it. So I have no idea. Let's see. Here we go. Dane, how is the stomach doing?
Well, I mentioned it earlier, but in a week I'll be at the doctor's again getting some work done. We'll find out then. So as far as the guts go, that's the story.
Nice.
Next up.
All right. Morgan.
To the 3. What is your glass regimen?
What is it?
What's mine?
Yes.
Yeah. When you see glass, what do you do?
Well, typically I clean it with O&R first, and then I would go in with like a specific glass cleaner, and then which one do I have? I think I have the black diamond towel,
Mm-hmm.
and then make it look good, finish it off.
Yeah.
Nice. I
That's
that.
like the last. That's like the last touch towel because that's a streak-free finish.
So I clean it first and then use a regular glass.
It's the quilted picker-upper.
I'll be honest. I use O&R to clean the windows and glass, but I still really like Stoner's Invisible Glass. Like,
You're a Stoner's guy.
I'm a fan of Stoner's Invisible Glass. I use it on stuff, and I like it better than the other glass cleaners I've
Use
used.
it on everything. You use it on your dog, and you use it on your. Oh no, you don't use it on your dog. Okay, sorry. Callie gets better treatment than
Well,
that.
actually, there is a glass cleaner I like better, but I can't talk about it yet.
No, you can't.
No.
You shut your mouth.
It's in the pipeline.
So
But
that's what we're
not
saying.
here
No
today.
more. No more. Not talking about
Next
it.
question,
Okay,
next
anyways, no.
Just get them all excited.
Glass cleaner, glass cleaning. My regimen, typically, whatever wash method I'm doing, right? I mean, whether it's exterior, rinseless, exterior soap and water, right? I will typically knock down my brunt of all of my contamination, all of my dirt and things like that during the wash, of course. I don't focus on glass cleaning until my very last step. That's literally the last thing I do is my glass inside and out. So typically, if I'm doing interior, exterior, if I'm doing one or the other, basically as I'm finishing up the car, I will grab my glass towel. Typically, if the glass needs to be mopped up a lot and there's a lot of contamination or there's a lot of dirt or sneeze marks, boogers, whatever people put on on the glass, I'll use a glass cleaner with a more absorbent towel. Like I'm a big fan of using the 16x16 waffle, and I also like the FTW just to absorb more product. I've told people before I bought a gallon of McGuire's professional glass cleaner 2 years ago, and I've used this much because it dilutes 10 to 1. And I literally can't use enough of it to get rid of it. So I hose things down with that stuff. And I pray that I can use enough because I've had a 32-ounce bottle sitting on my shelf now for, 6 months, and I'm halfway through it. Glass cleaner, you just do not go through a ton of it. So I use a lot of that. I do my major mop-up with a FTW or 16x16 waffle, and then I'll go back through with either a diamond glass towel, or I'll go through with a premium Korean glass towel, and I'll kind of do my finishing streak-free clean there. But
the fact of the matter is there's different ways to do it.
Yeah, you can. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I could talk about boxing it in. I could talk about doing, your exterior doing your left to right, and then your interior doing your up to down, or vice versa. There's so many different ways. We have a great glass cleaning video on our YouTube channel.
It was the first video we ever made.
Yeah, and people love it. It's great.
It has Levi in it.
Yeah, go check it out. Levi's in that video.
Yeah.
Go watch it. All right, so next on the list here, the last compound glaze, the last cut compound glaze. It could be use one step, follow with a two-step wet polish. I just stick with the last cut. I don't change up my polish. I don't need to. I can finish out with the last cut. If you would like to use a polish, I've always had awesome results doing the last cut with my compounding, with a microfiber pad, and then I'll finish it out with a hyper polish and a foam pad.
Hyper polish is like the go-to outside of the last cut.
All right, so Ian, I'm not going anywhere. You're all awesome. Well, thank you. You're awesome.
Thank you.
And yeah, lots of snow, but most people have heated garages. Canadians know the snow.
Canadians know what's up.
I wish I had a heated garage. Morgan wishes she just had a garage in general.
I actually
right now.
do have a heated garage, but it's an option. My heater, I could just like adjust a valve and then it
Must
out
be
in the
nice,
garage.
Dane.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
literally.
sitting there. I have a propane heater, and I'm pretty sure it's going to kill me if I keep running.
Yeah,
that
don't
thing.
do that. No.
YOLO, right? I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah,
All right,
but you know
next-
you're
next-
setting the end date on that when you do that.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. We got sports car nut. For Anthony, what is your Dr. Color chip technique when the chip is not a crater but rather has raised walls? When the chip
Maybe
is
it just
not
means
a
so it's like
crater,
gradual.
raised walls, meaning I'm guessing he's talking that towards it's not gradual, but it's just a straight drop off. I would do if that's the case, I would do multiple applications of that product, right? I would do one application, let it dry, clear out, around the sides, do another application, and I would stack that paint on top of itself until it filled in the chip completely. That would be what I would do. But
And then what's the clear stuff called that you go over it with?
it's called the oh my gosh, you're killing me right now.
It had a name, and I'm trying to remember what it
well,
was.
it's not clear. It's pink. It's a sealant. It's the seal. It's what removes it. It's also what helps level it. Holy crap! I can't remember off the top of my head.
It was like Sealact.
Sealact. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't know it
yeah.
had
Good job,
seal in the
Dane.
name. Yeah, I've used it.
I asked, and I'm the one who
how many
remembered. Sorry.
times? I'm forgetting.
Was that a trick?
Let's see.
Yeah.
When will there be a deal where I can buy a couple of jersey scrubbers without getting killed on shipping?
Well,
That's
the shipping on everything on our site to lower 48 is free as long as it crosses a $49 threshold.
Yeah, but it only
And the
wants a
shipping
couple bug
below that
scrubbers.
is like, what is it? I'm trying to remember if it's $6, $7,
It
something
shouldn't
like
be.
that.
Yeah, it
it's not
shouldn't
that
be
much.
killed,
If you just
especially-
get a few products, get something when you need other things too, and just throw it in there with them. That's the move.
Yeah.
Or get like a kit, that has them in it, something
Yeah.
like that.
Let's see. So Bead Maker of the world, absolutely, Alexander. Bead Maker, all the things. The pink corrector. Do you guys have microfiber that you would recommend as coating wipe off and then throw away through white?
Whoa.
Let's
Drink
see.
some coffee.
Words.
Have microfiber
Pour
that
coffee.
you'd recommend as a coating wipe off and then throw away type of deal. I used an Eagle Edgeless to apply tacks, Moonlight spray ceramic, and I washed it maybe after an hour. And Nostit Mega hydrophobic, and I can't waste the
it's-
Eagles every time I do a coat. I was wondering if you have a microfiber that you recommend.
For
in
one
bulk throw
thing,
away.
I don't think I'd be using Eagles for
gosh.
coating.
Yeah, me either.
Just-
Well, even if it's a spray coating, even if it's something that has ceramic in it, I still wouldn't be using an Eagle. It's just too nice of a towel.
A lot of it has to do with I just wouldn't use any long pile towel for that sort of thing. I'd much more, see the use for like a terry or shorter pile towel, probably like a Perl weave for leveling, that kind of thing. I mean, really just not an Eagle
Yep.
for that purpose.
I love it.
What?
Nothing. All
oh
right.
no, did I?
No. So what I like, so the Perl weaves. Let's just talk about that for a quick second. So Perl weaves, getting into those in wholesale, you're looking at a buck a towel. So it's basically 200 towels for $200. Typically, we don't talk pricing on our live stuff, but that's what it currently is. Throwing that out there. I think it's a fantastic towel for spray coatings, for anything with a sealant with ceramic in it. I think especially if you're going to be throwing them away or demoting them, I think it's just a fantastic deal for what you get. We have the edgeless version, and we also have the edged version. So a lot of value for your money there. Yeah. Quality towel. It's a Perl weave, meaning that it's going to help level whatever ceramic product you're using, and it's one of our best sellers for every single person that's installing a coating. So it's one of our most popular towels right now for that coating market, and we typically recommend that or going with like a Edgeless 300, and it's another affordable towel in that range. All right, Morgan, take it off. Yep. Danny is real.
All right, so we're at Bead Maker. Woohoo! Heck yeah. How soon can I put Bead Maker over Opti-Seal? Thanks, and get well soon, Levi, if he's sick.
He is not sick. He was sick last week, but he's just out for the day. That's all I know. Mm-hmm. He's just out.
Yeah, I would say, I think give it a day.
Yeah.
Give it a day. All right, Dane, next.
I am still sick. Corey, Mather, who had more street cred at the Underground Tokyo Drift meetup, Morgan or Anthony?
Absolutely me.
So listen to our podcast to understand more about that. But these two ran to a cool underground car meet that happened in town.
So Morgan had people flocking to her. I was taking those people and getting them to, I was trying to get them to flock to me. I was like, hey, you guys are obviously looking at this awesome N3. Do you want to see something cooler? And they're like, what? What is it? I'm like, my 99 Honda Civic. Are you ready for this? I just lowered it. And they looked at me and they laughed and they thought I was kidding. But I'm like, I'm not kidding. Like, please come over here and make me feel better about my car.
You just need a picture of what it looked like before and leave it on the windshield so people can see.
I should have done that.
Then they'd understand. Then they'd appreciate it.
What do you think,
Maybe
Morgan? What do you think of that experience?
You can do it. Well, what do I think of the experience? I was embarrassed when you came up to me in front of my friends. I'm just kidding.
I came up and I said, hey, what's cool? What's cracking? You know, what's hot right now? Like, what's hip?
Okay, Dad.
I came up. I didn't have this mustache at the time. But
luckily,
that would have been
if you
worse.
would have, I really would have been like, who are you?
I don't know this guy.
So I like walked up to like her and like and her boyfriend. And I was like, hey guys, like, what's going on? Like, do you want to hang out? And they were kind of like, yeah, I guess. So I don't know. I think they really think I'm cool though.
No, we were excited for Anthony to actually show up because I didn't know if you were going to be there.
Yeah.
You know, because you were like, oh, maybe. And most of the time when people say maybe, it's like no.
It's code for no.
Everybody
don't
is
want to
like,
be the person who says
everybody's like,
no.
are you going to take your Evo out? And I'm like, what are you talking about? The Civic is so much cooler than that car. So,
every time there's a car show, it's like, oh, do you want to take your actually cool car to the show? And he's like, no, I want
Not
to take
at
my
all.
DD.
I want to take the coolest car that I own.
And you're like, okay.
All right, so next here we have Kelly McMurry. I can't talk O&R, but can I say hi to my Morgan? Hi, Kelly.
Hi,
Mama Kelly in the house. Hello.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Kelly. Thanks for stopping in. We're so happy to have you here.
Adorable.
Mom, what do you
that's
think about
amazing.
Anthony's mustache? Text me and let me know, and we'll report back.
I hope you like it. I'm hoping people are voting for the mustache. She said I looked creepy earlier, and I'm hoping that people think
He's going to get
otherwise.
attacked with a razor in his office tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is not a safe place. No. Get me out of here. Right?
Hostile work
My
environment.
safe word is okay. So
says the man with the mustache. All
right. So how can I get? What?
I don't know.
How can I get buff and get mustache like Anthony? I used to be buff back in the day. It's not a thing anymore. However, you can get a mustache like me by not shaving for like a couple weeks and then shaving everything other than that. And that's how you do it, man. And I'm just going to grow it out and get it nice and thick, and we'll see what happens. The stat stash build is almost better than the Evo, but it's insane. Oh man,
Love it.
I love it. I will be correcting my paint this weekend. I will also be restoring my headlights. What should I do first? I would say do your headlights first. Knock that out because if you corrected your paint, and if you actually are sanding your headlights, if you are actually doing the full resto on those, you're going to get a lot of that runoff onto your freshly corrected paint, and you don't want that. I would say headlights first, get those all nice and cleaned up, and then tackle the paint. Dane, take it over from here.
All right. So, Christopher Beard. You know, I just want to point out, it's funny. I've heard of people with the last name Beard, but nobody has the last name Mustache.
You like
Just
dad
a thought.
jokes?
Yeah, I like dad jokes. All right. So, Christopher Beard, just now tuning in. Hopefully I didn't miss too much. Oh, but you did. Just finishing up on my O&R wash on my car here in Southwest Ohio. Well, glad you're using O&R. We give that a big fat thumbs up, for sure.
Heck yeah.
Next up, Hans.
Morgan?
Hans says, I had to remove Chewbacca from a trunk this week.
What?
That sounds awesome. My cordless drill died halfway in it. Used the interior scrub brush and vacuum next to it. Worked like a champ. Thank God for the rag company.
Aw.
Woo! Yeah.
Hans, you're doing hardcore work over there, it sounds
yeah.
like. Yikes.
Chewbacca.
Speaking of yikes, why don't you take over for Diedrich over here?
Oh my God, that stash is creepy, man.
I'll pay to get it
That's
removed during
my-
the show, he said.
That is my... Okay, can we?
Oh, man.
Not happening. I haven't even had it for a day.
Okay, but
That's
don't
how
shave
effective
it
it
without
is.
letting us do it.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait. He should just keep it until next time we go to Florida and we see Adam LZ and we have Adam LZ shave it off him.
We could do that.
We could have Adam
We could
shave
do
it
that.
off him
We'll
because
see.
it would just be hilarious because of all the people telling him to shave his mustache off. Maybe it'd be cathartic if he just did it to Anthony instead.
That
I
would
just-
maybe ease...
Don't see what the
Ease
big deal
tensions.
is. I'm still the same person.
Do you see yourself right now?
Yes,
Like, just
I
like
think-
you're right there, just like
I think I look at one with the hat. Take that off, right? With the comb over.
you.
He thinks he's Casablanca.
This is
I'm not
awesome.
100% convinced here
I like
that
it.
he's
I love it.
a
I can't tell if
cast
you look
member
55
of
or
that
15.
movie.
Goal. All that matters is that the fiance thinks it's hot, and I don't know yet. We'll see what
I was
happens.
to say, fun fact, she didn't notice it when he left this morning. So
We'll see what she says later. Okay, so getting back on track here. So, have you used AutoFinax wheel cleaner? We have not yet. A lot of people have been asking us that. We have not tried it, so we can't speak for it. Best pressure washer
yeah, probably
around the
just
$200 mark.
correct.
Check out the Karcher 1700. That's Matt Mormon's go-to. He's done a lot of testing. I trust in everything he's done.
Yep.
And I also bought that pressure washer, but I haven't had a chance to use it yet. So, Karcher 1700. Will the Perl come in more colors in the future? Possibly, Hans. We'll see. All right, we already answered that. Does IK have tank lids, and will TRC sell them? It is in the works as far as I know.
It was an idea we've had for a long time, and it's something that
Technically, it was like, I think it was our idea. Like,
Yeah,
it
it
literally
was.
was like, hey, we need to do this.
we're like, it'd be
and-
cool is if you could just done.
All right, so what's the product? Dane, Luke he's
Luke
fishing
Luke
at
has
a
been
Dane.
harassing me over Facebook Messenger all day trying to get what tomorrow's Optimum product reveal is.
Okay,
I can't say exactly.
has technically it's 3 words.
He
you could put out
guessed
one.
already.
Put out one word.
It restores things.
Okay.
Good. That was a good one.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was good.
All right. So, Drive Media. How did the Rag Company's story start?
Oh man,
So
that's
a long
story.
one. Dane, you want to give him the cliff notes? You got okay. Hold on. Right now, I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Go.
Okay, so the company started in 1999 by a very nice old lady named Bev. She carried it basically along with her husband, running the company
seconds.
in their garage until about 2012, 2013, when she ended up actually having a medical condition that forced her, she needed to give the company up to someone. She wanted to give it to family. None of the family wanted it. But then my family found out through a mutual family
5
friend
seconds.
that we could take it over, and my parents had always looked for a business that they
At a
could
time.
run.
Yeah, at a time.
I basically, there's no way. It's a long story.
It is.
I don't.
So his parents acquired the business. They were in a garage not even 5.5 years ago. 6 years ago, right?
We were in a garage for a long time.
So they were in a garage, and then they moved to their first location, and that was kind of. I mean, we have multiple videos on this, but it basically moved to their first.
There's a video
location.
that shows like the whole story.
Small.
made.
It was a really super small operation, and people just kind of started coming on. And I to give you an idea, I was the 11th employee or the 12th employee, and then now we have 26.
Yeah.
So
So basically, it was a 2-person operation for a very long time up until we took over it. Then I took over in 2013-ish, 2012, 2013-ish, and then basically from that point on, it's just been I did a website redesign, took pictures for the website, got stuff out there. So like the Rag Company is, I made that logo. It was. You wouldn't have recognized it before, but a lot of the products and stuff carried over, obviously, because they were good, had established good contacts and stuff. So it's basically been an evolution.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it justice trying to explain it here, but the reality is we have the Rag Company story video on our YouTube channel. You can go back and watch it and get a better idea of how it'll work. And you'll see the interview that I had my parents talk to the camera about the whole thing. So, check it out.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys have mentioned Perl a few times as a foaming wash system for indoor or waterless washing. Would you do this in place of O&R, and in what scenario? You can use it in place of O&R if you would like. I preferably, I love O&R. I believe in the system. I've always used the system, and I know it works. And I've never scratched anything using O&R. Perl is not the same thing. The Perl is not it's not a polymer cleaner, right? It doesn't use polymers to clean. Basically, you're counting on lubrication, and Perl provides outstanding lubrication. So then at that point, it's dependent on your wash media. So if you're using a really nice mitt, if you're using a really nice sponge, if you're using a super nice wash pad, then you're having that lift and pull away the dirt rather than the actual product itself. So I hope that helps. I think it's a good option for people. I think O&R is a better option. I think it's really preference. If you like foam, go with Perl. If you like clean, go with O&R. I don't know. I don't know how to give you a better answer for that.
For like people who are, you hear about like ammo froth, for example.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are interested in that style of wash. You can do that with Perl. And that's one of the benefits to Perl is where it'll foam and you can just wipe it up, and that's a thing. So if you like that, you can do that, but it's not necessary. If you like using O&R, you're good.
Yeah. All right. So going down here, how do you recommend cleaning the big red sponge after washing it? Basically, you can spray it out with Power Clean. You can rinse it out with water, but store it back into either a bucket or a bag full of O&R.
It doesn't even have to be full. Like, you just have
it just needs to live in O&R.
Fill up the bottom of a Ziploc bag with O&R mixture.
But typically, I just spray it with Power Clean. I agitate it on itself. I rinse it out, and it's good to go.
Yeah.
Let's see. I've never used Auto Glim detailing products, Ian Connell. I've never used them, so I can't speak for him. Chris Sandoval, what pads do you recommend for the Porter Cable 7424? I got the flat orange and the flat black, but it still leaves light swirls. With the Porter Cable, you can still run a microfiber pad. That's something you can do if you want to use a microfiber pad. Typically, I will do most of my cutting with a microfiber pad, and 9 out of 10 times I'll finish out with a flat orange pad. So it's up to you. It sounds like the flat orange isn't giving you enough cut, so I would go for some more cut, but the flat orange I know is able to finish out absolutely, fine. So try to go from there. Have you heard of CG's citrus wash stripping and LSP? The citrus wash, is kind of designed to provide a deeper clean and strip a lot of things. So Class Act,
Trying to remember.
I'm sure it has.
I know
it will.
Class Act, and he pays really close attention to that kind of stuff. He probably knows more from experience than we necessarily do. On CG citrus wash, I couldn't speak for sure. You probably want to ask Matt Mormon directly.
So, because I'm trying to think. I have a bottle of citrus wash.
Oh, you do?
I do. But from years ago.
Oh, okay.
And I have it sitting. It's a little 16-ounce bottle. I don't know if it's stripping anything. I don't know. I would have to go back.
He could go try it and report back.
Yeah, I could try it and let you know. But we'll see. So let's see. What's the deal with leather chamois?
That's a great question. We don't sell them. We don't have much experience with them. Levi would probably be the one to ask, just because he's from that era.
Well, that it was just a popular option because they absorb a lot. They absorb a lot. They also push around a lot. And they smear and they scratch a lot, and they have no pile to them. So I think it was just an option for people that didn't want to carry around a big bulky drying towel.
And depending on where you go, there are those who will still use them and swear by them, and it's hard to change their minds sometimes.
Yeah, all the time people call and say, "What's your best chamois?" I'm like, we don't sell chamois, but I do have this.
That microfiber, it's not absorbant.
Yeah.
Well,
back in the day,
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't blame them. So,
yeah.
What's the best medium cut polish? Medium cut. Here, going with medium cut. So we're kind of been spoiled with the last cut compound because
just use it for everything.
It's just a pad dependent cut. So if I'm going for a medium cut, I'll use that with a light orange cutting pad, and it'll give me a perfect medium cut, and it finishes out well, and I love it. So, what is each of your favorite towel to remove polish or compound, Morgan?
What did we use? The 245s?
Nope. Bump it up. Bump it up. We got to bump up the GSM. 120. Bump it up by 120.
What did I say before?
245 plus 120.
365?
Yeah, that's it.
Forcing math into the equation, man.
I'm
Well,
like, wait.
okay. So for one thing, it's compounds are sometimes be more aggressive to deal with than like polishes and stuff. So removing them, you may want to go a shorter pile. Rule of thumb is you go shorter pile, it's going to be more aggressive. And Edgeless 365 is a closed loop, Terry style, shorter pile. So it's more aggressive because it's closed loop construction and it's a shorter pile. So it's going to have good bite to it. That's kind of the end all be all when it comes to removing stuff and just, moving on with your life, but not hurting anything. That's the big part of it.
365 for me, man. I'm just a huge fan of the 365. I use it for so many things, but it's just that perfect middle ground, 70-30 blend, 365 GSM, and just an absolute workhorse of a towel. I mean,
Now, to make people
fantastic.
confused, the Everest 800 for a long time was actually considered one of those secret weapons for a lot of people to gently remove more aggressive compounds because it's a thick, dense towel, but it had a short pile. So it was pretty darn good at removing, more aggressive stuff, just to really confuse people.
People like,
Yeah, they're like,
my
information,
head.
but like, no,
You told me
seriously,
one
I
thing.
knew some guys at shops who just swore by it, and that was the way to go.
Glassworks Garage. Hey, guys and gals, the Edgeless 300 would be a good option to level out coatings. Yes, yeah. The Edgeless 300 is a great, we tell people the Perl is the most ideal if you can use the Perl. A follow-up, second place would be the Edgeless 300 for me if I were to give you two towels. So I have an enclosed trailer with an aluminum roof and painted aluminum sides that sit outside. Any good product or technique suggested to stop the black runoff from the roof? Oh man, I'm trying to think. Not really. I mean, you're just getting runoff from the. I'm guessing it's just the aluminum.
Yeah.
Just kind of building up. Bead Maker on everything. I mean, I don't know. I think it's kind of hard. It's just one of those things. I think it just happens.
The runoff is going to happen on top of whatever you put on there.
Well, I'm guessing it's a
would
white
assume to a
trailer.
degree.
and I
If it's
guess
a white
just-
trailer,
I
I'm
guess
sure
it's
it's
just-
like a box trailer with a fold
Yeah.
out back. Yeah, I mean, you put some kind of protectant, whether it's a sealant like Bead Maker or something like that.
Yeah.
Just not a bad idea, but I don't know how much that's really going to prevent black runoff from happening.
Yeah.
With a white trailer, it's probably going to show.
Luke Berge, Anthony's at Swirl Killer Coffee and is not, unfortunately. I wish it
We
was.
ran out.
Swirl Killer, dude, that was some strong stuff.
Yes.
Like, I'm talking like I would be hopped up after drinking a cup of that stuff. It was just like weirdly strong. Like, I think it was just so dense. I still have some at home that, like, my Keurig, I have one of those like custom Keurig.
Somebody took the essence of Rennie Doyle and stuffed it into coffee.
Well, so like you know
it's-
those like you brew your own. It's like your own Keurigs that you can fill full of coffee grounds, right? So, like, it is such a dense coffee that like my Keurig can't even process it, and basically just shoots it out, and like it
just goes, what is
it's like,
this?
what is this? I'm like, that is the essence of Rennie Doyle. Damn it, you will process that, and you will give me his powers.
Just triple distilled and yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, Dane, what are your favorite towels and products for your weekly wash routine? Dane, what are they?
Jerry Joseph, you sweet summer child. I don't have a weekly wash routine. I am a monster.
You sweet
I-
boy. You
I
sweet child.
Work at a detailing product supplier, microfiber supplier, and I keep my car. I keep them clean generally, but I actually got it dirty for the last month plus here on purpose, so that we could use it for training purposes for Morgan
I'm
here.
sure.
So yeah, that's why I did that. Also, it's been snowing lately, so it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
So at any rate, yes, I do not wash it every week like the good boy that I should, but I usually do it like every 2 or 3 weeks, and it is
Sweet summer child.
I don't know why I felt the need to do that,
I
but
love that.
it was just to be nice.
love
No, basically I use like Optimum No Rinse. Sometimes I use the wash and wax. Sometimes I just use regular No Rinse, and then I put like Bead Maker or something on it. It's just nice. But, otherwise, if it's the car I care less about, I'll literally run it through a ton of wash and not feel any remorse. But that's because I know what causes things now, thanks to being in this line of work. I understand the limits of stuff. So it's been helpful.
True. Michael Fonseca. Hey guys, it is the I don't know why I said it like that. Hey guys, is the blue FTW towel the same towel as the gray Korean twist pile? No.
Oh no.
So
that's
so
different.
it is a different pile. So the gray Korean twist pile, if you're not referring to the double twist wrist, is a longer twist loop design, whereas the new FTW has a super tight twist loop. I don't know.
It
how
feels
to describe
very
it.
smooth.
It's smoother, it's denser, it absorbs more, and it's even more lint free than it was before. And and that was one thing that when we redesigned the FTW to make it tighter is because we wanted to reduce any linting issues that could have. So the Korean twist pile, the one that's labeled Korean twist pile on the site, is kind of its own towel, which used to be the twist wrist, and has now been
Before it
upgraded
got upgraded to double
to
twist
the double
wrist.
twist wrist. Yeah, we
Yeah.
beefed it up. Delphine, those dots might be from your own brakes or iron particles from industrial breakdown. Yep, that's exactly what they are.
Yep,
You
just
are-
like I mentioned, Hans.
You are correct. I just don't know how to not get those to stick onto a wax or a sealant. I think it's just going to happen.
Could be your location.
What's the best way to remove road tar? I would go with a tar remover. Optimum just so happens to have a tar remover that we sell.
Oh.
We don't currently have a video on it, but we want to have something out on it once the weather warms up, especially once they start on the freaking road construction around here.
It's going to be a necessity.
Yeah, Morgan had some road tar on her M3 this last year, right, when we were doing the detail. We didn't have any tar remover on us, but if we did, we would be able to remove it.
Yeah.
Would have been nice.
All right, so let's go from there. Speaking from experience, I have a car that was coated in Seacourts, UK for 2 years, and the bottoms of my bumpers would always get contaminants on them, but I live in an area that's exposed to heavy fallout. Sometimes it has to do with where you live and the conditions daily, where the rust spots cause. They are probably exposed to daily, maybe live close to railroads or something similar. Yeah. Yep.
Basically, yeah.
Let's see. What more lubricant bead maker Opti-Seal? More.
Oh, he's probably saying which one. I'm guessing by the word lubricant, he's thinking slicker feel.
Right out of the bottle.
Bead maker's the slicker feel.
Yeah, so right out of the bottle, Bead Maker is going to produce the slicker feel on the paint itself.
Yeah.
However, if
Opti-Seal will last longer.
Opti-Seal will last longer. Opti-Seal, though, on its liquidy, when you're feeling it on your hands, it is slick. It's just the second that it gets onto the paint and you spread it in, it doesn't have that same slipperiness.
The feel
as
doesn't
Levi would
translate
say.
like Bead Maker does. Bead Maker is its own animal when it comes to that slick feel.
Yeah. All right. So going down from there, just checking in from Philadelphia. What's going on? 215 detailing. How did Morgan's tires do after the initial coating application?
How did they do?
Good. Really good. I think I've said this before, but they're so much easier to clean, and once you do just quickly go over them, like they look like
when you
put a
first
lot of time into them.
applied it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Is the IDA only for professionals, or can the average hobbyist join? Great question, Mike. Great question, Mike. Not at all. Yeah. So, yes, the IDA was designed for it's an association for international detail. It's basically, it is your, it's your...
It's a networking hub.
It's a networking hub. I don't want to say it's your governing body, but it is something that,
Kind of is.
it kind of is for those under it, right? But if you're not a part of that association, I guess it doesn't really apply to you. I tell people, if you are a professional detailer, joining the IDA is fantastic. The people that it exposes you to, the people that you get to meet and you get to converse with, and especially with the IDA meet and greets and all of that, it's fantastic. It's a wealth of knowledge, and you can kind of dip from that pool whenever you want to, because everybody in the IDA is there to better the detailing industry. Now, I think it's absolutely awesome for professionals. Now, as a hobbyist, if you're looking for more information, or if you're looking for more connections in the industry, or if you're looking for ways to learn and all of that, fantastic. I would say absolutely join it. But it really depends on how into detailing you are. If you are if this is like your daily thing and you love it, and this is your number one hobby, I think it'd be great for you. If this is something that you do every once in a while, maybe not. But I don't think the IDA is only for professionals. I think it was designed in that way, but they can't say that you can't join because you're a hobbyist, if that makes sense. All right, so Grizzle, hey guys, what dilution for Perl soap in the IK foamer for hoseless wash?
Hoseless wash, like waterless or rinseless in this case.
I'm assuming it's
I hear
rinseless.
hoseless. I'm assuming he's
It's basically it's like 256 to 1.
Yeah.
It's going to be your same. I would say 256 to 1 or 128 to 1. I kind of bounce back and forth between that for doing rinseless with Perl. It works great both ways. I tell people 256 to 1 if you were wanting to foam that as a rinseless. I say, or should I say 256 to 1 if you're wanting to not foam it, 128 to 1 if you're wanting to foam it. Either
Fair.
way, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, stoner glass of the Christmas tree will make it shine really bright.
Oh, Hans cannot leave my tree alone.
Yeah. Morgan, take it over.
We got Jim Green saying hey from the UK.
Hey, right back
what's
at
going
ya.
on, man. Keep going.
Class Act is leaving at 5:15. He
Oh.
says, love you.
Oh, we love
Aw.
you too, man. Thanks for stopping in.
Thanks, man.
Sports car nut, Dr. Color Chip. By raised walls, I mean when the impact curled the paint higher than the surface itself.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You kind of picture him what he's...
Okay, yeah. So he's talking. He's like when the
So,
paint is lifting
Yeah.
up.
Like a volcano.
Oh man, I'd say probably the same concept.
Yeah.
Fill it and do multiple applications until it fills and hardens. And
I wonder if he's intending for you to maybe like level the walls first and then... That's personal preference, though.
yeah, I hate how Megan's microphone is always on mute unless Anthony says Morgan. Weird. I just want her to chime in from time to time. Unless she's her own woman, though. I can't tell her what to do. She can speak when she wants to speak if you want, Alex.
She's basically, getting a feel for how all this stuff works. Give it a little bit of time. I know she's going to be butting in with answers, but this time next year,
Once
she's
I
going to be
know
steamrolling
something, I'm not
everybody.
going to let anyone else talk.
Yeah, no. But she's just at that point where she's learning, so she's absorbing a lot.
Yeah. I'm just letting everybody chime in because typically Levi is the other guy that kind of runs this with me. And
Dominates the discussion.
And we go back and forth between these questions here. And Dane can hardly see from back there. So
Yeah.
he's like,
Well, it's funny
I'm not
as we're
denying
looking
that,
at a
yeah.
monitor and we have the comments listed in the middle of the monitor. All I can see is like the very bottom of my chin and the top of my microphone, and everything else is just comments below me.
Correct,
but that's
yeah.
on our monitor. You're not seeing that.
yeah, it's kind of hard for us
So I have
to see.
no idea what my hands are actually
So
doing.
with
over
that
here.
said, Morgan, can you please chime in on the next
Yes,
comment?
please.
Call me Megan, please.
Megan, can you please chime in on the next comment?
Will you guys be putting on any detailing seminars or training?
Yes. We will. We don't have dates on those yet. We are going to be doing a couple this year. We need to figure that out because we have a lot of people visiting us, but we also have a lot of trips this year that we're still planning on. So we have to figure out how to fit those trainings in best. And we're trying to step back or scale back our traveling so we can be able to do more of this training here in the future because we know how many people want to come out to us so we don't have to go out to them. And that could be something here pretty soon. So just stay tuned. I say, make sure you're following the Ride Company on Facebook, on Instagram. That's kind of where we post most of our events. And we'll let you know.
Get on the newsletter too. I would recommend.
Yeah. So, paint corrector, brilliant answer. Thank you very much. Thank you. Michael says Civic is looking sweet, Anthony. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Mixed reviews on the mustache.
Yeah. All right, Dane, you want to chime in?
All right. Yeah. So let's see. Where are we at?
Riley S.
Riley, Anthony, I must ask you a question, but I'll save it for later. Save it for later. Oh, it's a freaking Connery joke.
classic.
It's
Yeah.
a Connery joke if there ever was one. Excuse me, I must ask you a question, but I'll save it for later.
Yeah.
Okay, so is that Adam
was
LZ
that?
with the mustache?
I think so.
Asked Michael Fonseca.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Carnuba, your bud, Morgan.
Anthony, from a fellow facial hair enthusiast, you are going to lose this battle.
Oh, man.
I don't think you're wrong. I think I am
man.
going to lose this battle. I think this mustache is going to be gone tomorrow. I hope it's
Oh.
I
not,
love
though.
how we didn't say anything about the mustache, and people just immediately started weighing in the comments and just
It's very
tearing
obvious.
them
You just
apart.
turn this live on and you're like, I'm not watching this one. I'm
What's
turning it off.
happening?
Yeah. Anyways, let's see. Okay, where we at here? Hey guys, have you used Built Hammer products? Very popular and appreciated brand here in Europe. We have heard great things about Built Hammer. We really, really have. We have not used them, unfortunately. We've
Hard
always,
to get over here.
Yeah, it's hard to get over here. It'd be like you guys trying to get some of our American brands, and hopefully maybe someday we've had people say they want to send us a care package of some Built Hammer stuff to try out, and we're always open to trying out products. So if anybody ever wants to send some stuff, we'll play with it.
Not going to say no.
Have you ever used O&R with car shampoo in a foam cannon and tube bucket? Hold on. It's like my brain's,
okay. So he's
used
talking about
O&R with car
combining
shampoo?
them.
Yeah. So O&R kills suds. So if you mix O&R and shampoo together, it actually the polymers inside O&R basically kill off a lot of the sudding action that would happen with a typical shampoo. So foaming, right? In theory, you're like, I think I'm doing more because I'm adding a polymer to be able to lift and encapsulate dirt while providing lubrication. In theory, that's kind of how it works, but really it's going to reduce the foam substantially, and then it's a trade-off of what's doing more, the polymers or the lubrication. Does that make sense to you guys with me? All right, so Anthony, can I chip into the question from David Gotelli? If you are looking for a very good one-step product, Sonax Profiline 0406, the 04 reference to the cut, and the 06 is the gloss, great stuff. Yeah, I have personally not tried that, but I am.
Patty knows what he's doing.
But you know what you're doing, dude, so I will
Yeah.
take your word for that. Let's see. Are there any non-porous surfaces in Levi's house that are not covered in Bead Maker?
I haven't been there to inspect, but
I don't know. Yeah.
I'm going to go out on a limb and assume no.
Yeah, when his kids were here last, they were slipping and sliding all over the place. So I think he's washing them down with those things. You know.
Oh no!
I'm just kidding. All right, Morgan, jump in.
Gonna start using a full line of Optimum, including the coating and the sealants. What's the correct layering to use? Can I top them with colonite wax?
Yeah. So, oh my gosh.
Thumbs
Sorry.
up to all using the Optimum line. The hard thing with the colonite is, I mean, well, I'll let Anthony get into it.
The Optimum line has its own synergy together, right? And that's not to say that you can't use other products, right? Like Bead Maker works great with the Optimum line. It does. It's a matter of if you're using, like, let's just say you're using Optimum Gloss Coat, and then you top that with Opti-Seal, and then you top it with Colonite, your return on that is not going to be, at a certain point, it's going to be a waste, and it's not going to be doing a whole lot. Dane kind of said it best. Especially when it comes to coatings, you have so many people that just want to layer and layer and layer and layer all these different things together, and like you're getting such a marginally small difference, if any difference at all. A lot of times it's just mental, like you think it's doing more than what it's doing by layering these things, and really it's not. So I tell people, less is more in a lot of cases, especially with Optimum. So going with like Gloss Coat and going with Opti-Seal, fantastic. Going with Gloss Coat and Hyper-Seal, fantastic. Gloss Coat and Bead Maker, fantastic. At a certain point, you're kind of just wasting product there. So you
diminishing returns.
You can do that if you want to do that with Colonite and add that on top, but I would say it may not do what you want it to do.
I mean, if you want to use Colonite, you can follow kind of how Matt Mormon uses it over in Obsessed Garage. Follow the way he does it. That's certainly a way you can do it. But otherwise, I just wouldn't even factor it in. If you're using the Optimum line, you're good.
Yeah. Anthony, please wear glasses like Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys.
Nice.
Wears while answering these questions. Wonder if I can just flip these upside down like that.
Well, and then you got to hold them out slightly from your eyes so that it makes your eyes bigger.
I can't see crap right now.
What the?
I can't see anything. Okay.
No, that's not
All right. So, my glasses are dirty. Gosh, what kind of detail am I?
They're always dirty.
Dane, jump in.
All right. So, defenestrator, smiley face. Question for Anthony's mustache, says Riley. Can you read the next question in a Joe Dirt voice? Well, you got to read Luke in a Joe Dirt voice.
I don't even know how I would read Joe Dirt's voice. In
fairness, Joe Dirt
Dane,
voice.
I was.
It's like an exasperated, twangy.
Well, because you're basic. What's the actor's name? You're
David Spade.
David. I'm trying to. How do you David Spade that? Dane, I can't even. I can't do it. Dane, I was right. I was right. I was right then. That's pretty much Luke. I can't confirm or deny that.
He's asking. All I can say is that there's a band that has the same acronym as its acronym for its name. Yeah.
Wait, the Dave Matthews Band has the same acronym for what we're releasing tomorrow?
I see a bad moon rising. That's enough of that.
All right. So you don't have to take this, Anthony. Imagine going through your teen years with this name.
Oh no. Okay, for reference, this is Christopher Beard.
Christopher Beard saying, "You don't have to take this, Anthony. Imagine going through your teen years with this name and not being able to grow a beard. 21 now, and my beard game is probably 2 out of 10." Rock that stash with pride. God bless you, Christopher Beard. You are amazing, and
Chris, you're one of the good ones.
That's a fantastic comment, guys.
Yep.
Wow. Let's see. Christian Rudd, just getting straight to the point. Want to go on a date, Morgan? ?
Honestly, once we're done with this podcast live stream here, if you want to pick me up, I'm down for Cheesecake Factory. So.
She's expensive, guys.
She's expecting free Cheesecake Factory. There you go.
Cheesecake Factory. She also likes barbacoa downtown. Expect to spend that money on the Flat Rock steak and
also large bags full of money with a $1 bill on the front of them.
That's true. Yeah.
Anyway,
let's see. What can I use to remove hologram? Says Victor Benitez.
Well, that would be.
Okay, so polish the car.
You should be more concerned about what caused them in the first place, and then fix that technique.
I'm assuming the holograms. Holograms could be from improper wiping. They could be from improper buffing. They could be from so many different things. To fix them, you need to fix that. You need to do proper buffing. You need to do proper wiping. I would say a good polish with a dual action polisher, going slow, taking your time.
Washing your pads.
Yeah, washing your pads, watching your speed, watching your heat that you're building up on the paint, and then using a quality towel to remove that compound or polish, and you should be fine. How often should you use Power Clean on paint to clear traffic film? Traffic film.
Start having like PTSD from the
it's
words
like flashbacks. I'm like traffic film.
Traffic film is just another way of saying dirty car.
Yeah,
a lot of people get hung up on that term as if it means something different. It's a dirty car.
Vehicle.
Road grime.
How often should you use it? Guys. You shouldn't be spraying Power Clean down with every single wash. If you are, wash your car more often. Unless you're driving in just pure sludge. Or
you're in a stormy environment. It's kicking a lot of oils up off the road and all that stuff. Sure.
How do I explain this? If you're doing a pre-spray with Power Clean, dilute it. Make sure you're doing anything from I'd probably say 10-1 to 5-1. Probably stay between there. Don't go any heavier than that. Don't let it sit on the paint for too long. You can do it with every wash. I just don't think I don't think you're going to be building up that much to have to do that. I think you should be doing that every once in a while. Maybe once a month, maybe once every couple months. It's kind of hard. That or put more protection down low. Let's see. When are the new Cyclone pads being sold? The prototypes Anthony was using in the older IG Live videos. Oh, wow, that was old.
That was a while back.
That was a while back.
Some of these things really do take time.
Yeah, I believe they are almost on their way, or they're almost here. Basically, how it works is when from the factory, there are so many things that are a priority over others. I don't want to explain it like that, but it's just if, for example, if we have something in the pipeline, it kind of gets knocked out in list format. If we have to scale back those pads in an effort to push something up above that priority, we'll do that. And so those pads, being that the thinner version is nicer, is it an emergency? No, it wasn't an emergency, so we kind of had to push.
But we had
back.
a large supply of the existing ones already.
Correct. And
that
so
wasn't as high a priority as something you're almost out of.
Yep, exactly. So I would say maybe soon, maybe by spring, we probably should have those out. I want to get into polishing. Is it harder to learn on the Rupes or Flex DA polishers versus Porter Cable or Griot's? If financially you can afford it, Morgan made it look easy.
I think it's easier to learn on a
You think so?
Yeah.
Because you have
Yeah.
been learning and you have been
Yeah.
using on a Harbor Freight and you have used Rupes machines. So give us your thoughts.
I feel like the Porter cable ones, any of those, I don't know if it was maybe like the polish, the compound that I was using that also made it more difficult, but the combination that we used with the Rupes and then the last cut was so easy to learn, and
Yeah.
it just had amazing results. So
Yeah. Spoiled her.
I think
yeah,
you got spoiled.
a little. I
Basically.
think you guys should have made me.
Should have given her, just here's Meg's M10, 205, 105, to give the setup and go that way, and then build up from there. We can definitely do that too.
Yeah, we should. We should do a whole episode where we have a Harbor Freight, and we have just the basics of 105, 205, and
Industry
I say
standard.
build up that heat, build up that dust, and sling some of that compound on some trim and learn the hard way before we give you that Cadillac life with a Rupes and using the last cut compound.
Basically, it's you don't know what you have until it's gone.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
pretty much. So let's see here. Citrus wash, 100% strips, LSPs. Thank you, paint corrector. We weren't 100% sure on that. As far as I knew, just the name citrus wash, I already kind of had that idea, and based off of Matt's videos and his strip wash, basically, which was chemicalized citrus wash, I know that does strip. So
Yeah.
good to confirm. Dr. Sudsy, what's your method of dealing with undercarriage wash, especially during the winter months? I've seen products that claim to neutralize salt but never used. But Hamber soap claims some rust inhibitors. There is soaps out there that do have rust inhibitors. There's several products out there. I know that Larry over at Ammo has a product that his little boost, his winter boost or winter wash stuff is has some rust inhibitors in there that he claims. And so as far as that goes, it's kind of hard to know. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell, without, getting underneath the car and checking daily, right, to see if this is actually preventing things, or you'd have to do your own experimenting. Really, you're kind of you're trusting the product at that point. And I think for undercarriage washing, I think there's great attachments that go into pressure washers that you can clean the
I
undercarriage.
do like that concrete roller or whatever that you can take out that you can find it. Yeah.
MTM makes one, and it's fantastic. We don't have one. I've seen it used, and it's awesome. And that's a great way to do it. Or you can take it to, if there's a local spray wash where you can kind of get a good angle and get underneath there and spray it yourself. Air up, or if you have a truck, do whatever you want to do. Do a video on engine bay detailing.
We actually did.
Yeah.
We'll probably do one in Morgan Learns
did.
Detailing.
Yeah.
We
I would
did.
assume.
We did do a video with Dane's Volvo, and it's a great video, very informative. We will definitely probably do more here in the future. And just have some variety there. We have a lot of videos planned, guys, and it sucks because right now it's kind of our downtime, but it's snowing. And we look outside and we say, how the heck can we get more content out, because we're busy. The studios are full and
They're
and
full
moving,
of product.
and we're moving product, and all this stuff's happening. But we want to continue making content. But one of the biggest things that we need with a lot of this content is free flowing water. So we're about to probably I'm about to go make a pressure washer bay out there. I'm about to go build my own and go to town. So that's my go-to when doing exterior washes on cars, waxing or sealing. It's one of the very few products from CG that actually works well. Then good to know, paint corrector. Thanks for chiming in. Can you wash microfiber wash mitts with other microfiber towels? Yes, we covered that earlier. Even if the elastic part touches anything, you're totally fine. It's not gonna hurt anything. Do you recommend using white vinegar when washing your microfibers to remove waxes and sealants to restore absorbency in drying towels? If so, should it be added during the rinse cycle? Yes.
Basically, put it in like your bleach port, whatever the port is that releases during the proper time during the wash. That way it doesn't get, taken out if it gets mixed with, like you don't want it to go in the same time as the detergent, I don't think.
Yeah, no, you don't want to go in the same
You want it
time as
during
detergent.
the rinse cycle.
Yeah, and another thing you could do as well is, sometimes I'll just use straight vinegar in my wash without putting any detergent. Because sometimes
Clean it out.
Sometimes detergents can build up on top of themselves, right? And sometimes those detergents don't rinse out fully. And so some washers will have a fresh water rinse and use new water to rinse, which is fantastic. But some that don't, I tell people you may every once in a while just want to do a straight vinegar wash on your towels.
Yeah.
So used Opti-Clean on my wheels and interior today. Wow, Steven, right? It's awesome. Opti-Clean is one of my favorite products actually in the whole Optimum line.
People don't know about it half the time.
Want me to blow your mind right now? This is what I do. I use Opti-Clean as a drying aid. Yes, Opti-Clean has more lubricant. It's way more. It has way more.
It's a waterless wash.
It's a waterless wash, but it has it is so slick and it has a ton of lubrication. So on my car, that I'm maybe not necessarily wanting to add more. I mean, like my Civic's literally doused in Bead Maker. It's got gallons of Bead Maker.
It's got
on
plenty
it, right?
of protection.
At a certain point, right? I'm not going to just keep dumping more and more on there, right? So sometimes if I want a smooth feel, I use Opti-Clean as a drying aid because it's not going to pull any of that protection off, but it's also not going to put on any new protection, but it's going to make that drying process a heck of a lot better, and I love it. So something to keep in mind. Next on the list here, what would be the best way to use O&R to clean pads while polishing? By the way, love listening and learning so much. Steve Wilson, great question. Pad cleaner. Optima makes an awesome pad cleaner. So does, Lake Country, it's kind of the same. That's how you clean with O&R. Or you can use O&R in a bucket, and you can do the old-fashioned.
Yeah.
Dane knows. He's done it now.
I know because I've done it behind the scenes during our video shoots. Just there in art, sink, basically just dumping stuff in the mudroom.
Yeah.
And you're cleaning out the pads with your thumbs. Dane fall off.
Dane has put in work that nobody knows he's put in work because
I'm the cameraman, but I also do that.
when things get haywire, I'm like, Dane, I need more pads. I need this. He's like, I'm on it, and he'll just set up the camera on a tripod and get to work. Okay, so any suggestions for cleaning makeup smudges off of a gray headliner, Morgan?
Why would I know that?
I don't know.
Are you saying because I'm a girl?
No, whoa.
Whoa.
Am I being accused right now?
Yeah,
No.
a little.
No, I
back a
don't.
little.
We don't typically wear makeup. That's why I was just asking if you've ever been in a situation where.
No, because I don't.
I'm not saying that you wear makeup.
I don't.
Okay, you just look like that.
Yeah.
You just
all the
eyelashes on fleek and eyebrows or whatever the kids are saying. Okay.
That's enough of that.
Cool. All right. So getting into that, for cleaning makeup smudges off a headliner, typically what I'll do is just do a little all-purpose cleaner onto a microfiber towel, typically like a terry weave, like an all-purpose, terry weave car wash towel, edgeless 365, 245. Little all-purpose cleaner, diluted 10-1, and I won't spray it onto the headliner. Right? You don't want to add liquid to that headliner because that is technically glued in. Spray it onto a towel, lightly agitate it, flip to a new side, and then just scrub it off. It should take it right off. Dude, I love Swirl Killer Coffee, Luke Berge says. Dude, me too. It's good stuff. Dane, take it away.
All right. Also, tapping the table, I hear it goes into the
Oh,
mics.
sorry.
Transmits pretty well. Just to make sure I'm on top of that.
Getting antsy. We have 20 minutes left. And
OC
we need to get a lot of
Detailing,
questions
NJ, New Jersey. Hello, how's it going, guys? Great. How
What's
are
up,
you?
Dude?
Jeremy Cohn. Does Bead Maker remove wax if you spray it on top of wax? Bead Maker does not remove
No, it
anything.
doesn't remove anything.
It adds, but it does not
Yeah.
remove.
It adds. It may not. I mean, it technically it will just. It basically creates a new layer on top of that wax.
Right.
That's how it's designed.
Basically, whatever it goes on top of will then take the characteristics of Bead Maker.
Yeah.
All right, next up. Why don't you get that one, Morgan?
What is the best coating to prevent marring on a black paint?
Well,
Best coating, I'd say. Any coating. I'd say any coating is better than no coating if you're looking to protect your black paint.
Sacrificial layer.
I'd rather have that mar in the coating than the paint itself. But it's just hard. Black paint is hard. I don't really, not hard literally, but black paint is just hard to maintain in general, especially if you're going for perfect. And I just say any coating is better than no coating, and expect that coating will eventually mar, regardless of what brand or what company makes it. It's just part of the game.
they're not scratch proof.
Yeah, they're not scratch proof.
There are some self-healing paints and coatings and stuff out there, but it's not a magic bullet.
Yeah,
It'll help some, but we're talking like hairline stuff, not somebody took their keys to their car. It's not going to fix that. And that's just not the way coatings are meant to be. So people get the wrong impression with coatings sometimes. They're not intended to solve that problem. They're just meant to take the hit, like, bulletproof armor, so that what's inside of it doesn't get hurt.
Yeah. So Thomas Kirby, I have no idea what you're talking about. Luke Berge, I'll make it easy for everyone. Towels. You need is 365, Eagle 500, Twist and Shout, and premium glass towels. It's a good lineup, Luke. I like that.
Yeah.
I agree with you. OC Detailing. By the way, got the email, Morgan, about the podcast of the Grand Ambassadors. Awesome, dude. So Marco here is another one of our Grand Ambassadors.
Yeah.
If nobody knows, I just assume people know people by now. But when can we do that? We'll probably do that sometime next week, hopefully, if you have time.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll try to get that scheduled. So Christopher Horton, Anthony, what products do you use to clean the chain, wheels, and engine on your Speed Triple? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, come on, tell
All
me.
right. So on my Speed Triple, I use, depending on, so the chain I use a dedicated DuPont chain degreaser. For my wheels, I will use Power Clean. And what's cool is that there's a, Power Clean being a good wheel cleaner. It's just a good all-purpose cleaner. But I use that typically when I am cleaning my chain, because any extra all-purpose cleaner that lands on a chain that I've already degreased isn't going to hurt anything as long as I haven't re-waxed that chain. And on the engine, I will typically just do that with O&R. My engine, I try to keep as spotless as possible, being that it's very open. And I just try to keep up on the maintenance on that. I mean, Dane knows I'm pretty weird about my bikes. And
It's true.
With that being a black bike and me being as OCD as I am, it's kind of like a curse and a blessing. So I clean that bike a lot.
Yeah.
Just part of what it is.
It's a cool bike, though.
Thanks, Dane. I think
Yeah.
it's pretty cool, too. Hey, guys, I accidentally scratched my Director's Cut Edition Shrek 2 DVD.
Oh,
my
memes are
God.
strong with this one.
Got any advice to remove the scratches? Yeah, dude, get yourself an iBrid and some hyper polish, and you'll get those right out.
Just the right size.
Yeah. Anthony, what's your go-to method, products for polishing and coating wheels? I just coated my wheels. My brand new set of wheels, I just coated those. I did not polish them since they are a semi-matte black. They were a satin black, so I basically paint prepped them, hit them with Opti-Coat Pro, and called it good. But if I was doing that, I would do it just like anything else. If I was polishing something, still do the same wash, still do the same decon, polish them out, paint prep, coating, wipe them off with a Perl towel. There you go.
Yep.
Oh, wow. We have a lot of questions. We got to start ripping through these.
Oh,
okay.
man.
So
Sorry,
let's,
guys. We'll try.
Speed run. Do you want me to speed run this?
Yeah.
Okay, speed run it and then look for input where you need it.
Okay, what's leveling out coating, like McGuire's Ultimate Fast Finish or Bead Maker? New to this end, this is a vocabulary and letters. Thanks for helping out. Leveling a coating, that is simply knocking down the high spots of a coating. Fast Finish and Bead Maker are a synthetic sealant. They're a polymer sealant. You would still knock down any high spots that you would see, but that's pretty much it. Hey guys, it's Nick from Australia. What's the best coating for wheels, both professional and amateur style? Oh, by the way, love you guys. Best coating, I know a lot of people like the kamikaze coating for wheels. That's from what I have heard. I have not tried it. I've typically just used Opti-Coat Pro and Gloss Coat for wheels. Any news on the new TRC microfiber strip keychains? We attempted to make one. It got caught in somebody's hair, and it was a whole ordeal. I'm just kidding, Hans. We haven't made those yet. Great to hear you'll be putting out some training. Coach Chemi is the brand I really want to try, but it's impossible in Canada. Yes, Coach Chemi is a fantastic brand.
I think it's Coach Chemi.
Coach Chemi,
Yes.
Chemi.
Yes.
Have a safe weekend,
that's the
crew.
one.
What is the difference between what is the difference? O&R and Opti-Coat line rinseless. I know the latter's for coated cars, but what exactly does that mean? What is he
Okay,
saying?
he's asking about the Opti-Coat maintenance line O&R versus standard
Oh, okay.
O&R.
Sorry. Yeah.
So the yellow stuff versus the blue.
So the yellow stuff has gloss enhancers in it. It's slightly slicker than the blue O&R, but it has gloss enhancers in it to make it pop. Basically,
You could probably get a similar effect if you use blue O&R plus instant detailer with gloss enhancer.
Yep. If you were doing O&R wash with the blue stuff and follow up with instant detailer and gloss enhancer, you'd have that same result there. I do like the yellow stuff because it smells like a tropical, kind of like a punch. It's different smelling, but I also like the feel of it. So also a great product if you can buy it. It just sucks that it only comes in 16-ounce bottles and not 32.
And Opti-Coat maintenance line products are not available from retailers, distributors. They're only available from authorized installers and Optimum themselves.
True that.
That's the only place you're going to find it.
Anthony's mustache is almost just as much talked about as Dane's Christmas tree. Keeping the tree alive. #, dude. I love it, Hans. Michael
It's dead. It was
Fonseca,
never alive.
which it's
a fake tree.
dude. Yeah, that's awesome. Here we go, going back up here. So which minks do you recommend for ONR, royal or edgeless, or a different towel? Either option's great. I would say just pick one and roll with it. I like the Royale, but the blue minks is also just a fan favorite. Also forgot to ask, can you use Opti-Coat Pro on outside car plastic trim, and outside car chrome trim, and general outside trim? Yes, you can use Opti-Coat Pro Plus and Opti-Coat Pro on literally everything on the outside of the car except for the front windshield. Try each. Let's see, Dr. Defenestrator. Defenestrator. The paint corrector. Try eBay. I got some. Okay, so it looks like eBay is a place to get that chemical stuff. Nick Stamos. Anthony, kill the mustache. It makes you look old, mate. I am old, man. I am all of 29, and
I'm the oldest person in the room, man.
Well, are you the oldest person in the room?
Yes, I'm older than you.
Just to think, Morgan's, you're 20, right? 9 years I got on Morgan,
Whoa.
right? Dane's got almost 10 now. So, yeah, we're getting old. Does the new salt and pepper mitt work just as good or better than the yellow VLB brush? Yes, it works fantastic. Try it, use it, love it. Riley, yes. Rag Stash. Yep, that's my new license plate. The paint corrector, TSC, the stash company. This is
no.
oh my gosh.
You gotta take it off.
I will not do that. Thoughts on doing a smitten wheel mitt? Perhaps something like the gray spectral on one side and the minor on the other would be awesome. Good idea, Riley. Yes, we will take that into consideration. We've got Austin here. Is Opti-Gloss
gloss coat? I think he
coat
means
layerable?
Gloss coat.
No. According to Ivan and Dr. G, they said that doesn't matter how much you put; it will only take on a certain amount.
It just levels to be the same.
Yeah, that's the best way they explained it.
Yeah.
So Hans closing, Christopher Horton, use some of the Optimum carpet and fabric cleaner or microfiber towel gently on their rug headliner. You'll be amazed. I removed lipstick, foundation, and eyeliner this way.
Nice.
Yep, that's another way to do it. Neri Tutter is worth polishing out ceramic coat like Adams and apply the new G Technic.
Is the
Is
Adam
it
stuff
worth-
on your car old at this point, or is it like brand new and you just put it on?
If it's working and it's still hydrophobic and it still looks good, keep it on, dude. I mean, like, there's no reason. I mean, if you want to buy a bottle of the G Technic stuff and store it until the other stuff wears off, do it. But I'm one of those guys to where I think if it looks good, still feels good, performing well, keep it. Let's see. Jay Davis says, any chance for behind the scenes video of Dane at Step Aerobics?
Last time I asked him if he was calling me fat. Now I'm starting to think there's a pattern here. He swore up and down last time that wasn't the case, but now I'm feeling personally attacked.
Oh man. Alex here, are there any negative effects to frozen Bead Maker, or its affected or effects only lessened? Not sure if that's a word. I'm not English. So Bead Maker, if it freezes, right, the only way that you would know that it would be bad is if it is clear like water, right, then technically it's not going to last. Meaning that you can still put it on your car. It's just its effectiveness is dwindled. So I tell people that if your Bead Maker is frozen and it thaws out and it's still the same color, it's still orange, and it's still kind of like that, I don't want to call it hazy, but it's still murky. What's the word to look?
Fine.
Yeah, if it's still colored, right, it's fine.
Just don't use it cold.
If it freezes and turns clear and you can see through it, then that's when it's probably not as good as it should be. So, Perfect Wednesday is showing now. Showing snow. Gosh, sorry guys, I read too much today. No, with Ceramic Pro, nothing can get scratched. You can use a hammer and chisel. LO mainly saying that to exaggerate what Bryce says. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just you're
light the hood on fire, right?
There's nothing wrong with using a coat. There's so many good coatings and stuff out there now. If you use one, especially like a reputable brand or a brand name you recognize, it's probably going to be good. The thing is, it's not perfect. That's the thing, is people go into it going, oh, because I have this, now it protects my car from being shot at or having a hammer taken to it or somebody taking a nail down it. Yeah. No. It's just there to protect what's underneath. Yeah. And that's the goal.
So we got Glassworks Detail Lab. Hey guys, I'm one of your new resellers. in Australia.
Hey, how's it
Awesome,
going?
dude. Thanks for doing that. Thanks for being down there. Down under. Luke Berge, thanks for that visual about leveling coatings, Dane. I think I see a
He was
meme.
asking about leveling coatings,
were
and I
you-
was doing this, and then I took my hand and I just leveled it. I was trying to simulate the bump, and then you just take your towel
I hate
across.
that. I don't like that at all. It's making me super uncomfortable.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see.
Just like your stash is making me feel.
It is, and it's working. My car is currently in the body shop. It's being repaired after a minor accident. How long should I wait before coating the newly painted panels? Typically, they tell you to wait a couple months for that for the paint to gas out properly, right? To basically, it's curing. It's in a curing process right now. Give it a few months. I need to know more about this yellow O&R. How have I never seen or heard of it before? Please send backup. Yeah, you can find it on Optimum's website. It is part of their OptiCoat maintenance line. Basically, they created that line for installers to sell. So if you're an installer of Optimum, you can resell that as well as order it for your customers. I have a direct connection here with Brian over at Gearhead Detailing that me and him will kind of, go back and forth. If he has a bottle, I'll tell him that I want some because I really just like the way it smells and it looks cool. It's a cool looking little bottle.
You probably haven't heard of it because it doesn't get marketed around or anything. It's mostly just by word of mouth.
If we
So
would be able to carry it,
if we could carry
Optimum.
it, then you'd definitely hear about
yeah,
it.
then people would know about it, and you'd sell a lot more.
Yeah.
Let's see. Don't do it, Anthony. Embrace it. Thank you, Christopher Beard. I will embrace it, just like your beard that you are still trying to grow.
Good man. Good man.
Yoshi says, are Anthony and Adam LZ starting a YouTube channel together called The Stash Boys? I would absolutely
Start a show called Secret Stash.
I would do that. I would do that. We would do some hood rat car stuff, and we build Honda Civics, and we build S13s and all sorts of stuff. I can't afford a GTR yet, so maybe down the road.
Working on it.
G. Davis, you're my favorite, Dane.
Oh, gee, Davis, you're too kind. You keep calling me fat, but then you're all sweet afterwards. I can't stay mad.
Yeah. Dane, you want to jump in on this?
Oh, Hans, thanks for the 10th Q&A, guys. Love the Q&As. Oh, well,
Thanks
thanks
for chiming in,
buddy.
Hans.
Hans, it's always a pleasure having you here. By the way, it's always crazy late where you are when you're watching these, so thanks for sticking it out. All right. Well, that's all you guys.
Oh, man, Morgan, you want to read that one?
You got Troll Atwood here.
Hey guys, I accidentally swallowed my Scratch Director's Cut Shrek 2 DVD. Could you guys maybe call a doctor?
Yes.
Send help.
Said no. What do you guys know about the new Optimum spray applied coating?
Spray applied coating.
So it's a new thing. We
'Cause I know about some other stuff. I don't.
There's a
recall
lot
that
of
one.
things that Optimum has in the works that we have yet to see in person. I want to go down to their I want to go down to the
Memphis.
to Memphis and go play with some of the stuff. Maybe someday.
But we do have a
product.
product coming out tomorrow that we have experienced and we have used.
We have it in stock.
Yes.
Get ready to buy.
It's ready to go. Tomorrow we'll be releasing a video very early in the morning on the channel here, so you can look forward to that.
We
coming
will.
out. We've had that video ready for a while.
Yes. Have a great weekend, guys. Hope things go well next week. Dane.
Thank you, Riley.
Thanks, Riley. Can I use O&R with a microfiber mitt and 2-bucket wash, or is it not worth it? Yeah, you can absolutely do that if you want. Just make sure O&R is in both buckets, so you're not diluting one bucket, if that makes sense. Ever use the big old sponge? Nope, name isn't pronounced, and bait addict in case that happens again.
I had that conversation with him earlier.
Oh.
He was asking about the big gold sponge and thought it was weird. No one
Yeah.
ever talks about it. Well, the reason was it's like the gold O&R. Basically,
He said, I hope it's not pronounced bait addict. In case that happens
because
again.
that's what I asked last time, and I was like, he must be an Audi guy. However, the alternative is, well,
B8, yeah. B8,
it's B8 addict. Sorry.
B8 addict,
Children
yeah.
here. Yeah. So, at any rate, no, using the big gold sponge, it's just not something we can carry because that's a maintenance line product. So that's for authorized installers only. So
Yeah.
you can get it from them if you want, but as a retailer, we're not able to carry those.
Yeah. Glassworks Garage. Any one of you heard about Gloss Revolution ceramic coating? I have not. There is literally so many ceramic coatings out there now. I am like, I don't even
There's
know.
a lot.
I can't keep up with them. So I have not heard of it. No, I'm sorry. Paint Corrector says, how much do I have to pay you to send me a bottle of it, Anthony? I guess Paint Corrector is referring to the O&R yellow stuff. Hit up Brian Prescott. He runs Gearhead Detailing here in Boise, Nampa, Idaho. Hit him up. Tell him that Anthony sent you. And if you would like to buy a bottle, I'm sure he would be willing to send you one. Hopefully not everybody in this live feed will contact him. How much gloss coat for a 48-foot semi-trailer? Luke, you asked these questions, and I don't know what to tell you. 48-foot, I get a couple 20cc vials. Absolutely.
If an average car is, covered by half of a gloss coat 10 mil syringe, then you got to figure a 48-foot semi-trailer. That's like a full syringe.
Is that like 80 cc's? Yeah, like what is that? I don't even know.
I think that's like a full syringe of it. Yeah.
Gosh. Okay. Is Optimum gloss coating ceramic coating or nano sealant like 3D's HD Nitro? And is OptiCoat Pro available to the general public? No. OptiCoat Pro is only available to installers. Gloss coat is a ceramic coating. It is a true ceramic coating, but it is a.
It was like a hybrid.
It's a hybrid. It's two different. Levi knows exactly.
Levi knows the exact chemistry of it. And
Levi got to go to the training in Memphis. I have not. So hint. I'd like to go to that. So.
It has unique characteristics that are a result of the fact that it's a hybrid type. So look it up there. The information's out there. You'll have to look it up specifically.
So Corey Mather, great Q&A. Thanks again, everyone. Cheers. Thanks, man. Thank you for chiming in and watching. Hans says, 6 minutes and it will be 1 a.m. And I'm not asleep. I always go to bed past 1 a.m. Hans, go to
you and me
bed,
both, bro.
Man. This guy is always up watching this stuff, and we get him all hyped up. He's wearing his Wash Wednesday shirt right now. I know he is, as you can see in his photo right there. Awesome, dude. So, you're the best, Hans. And then here we go. God.
I'm loving. Okay.
El Bonutos.
If anybody's going to troll us, this is the way to do it. Because this is like it's harmless and funny. And yeah.
Hey, guys. I lost my Scratch Director's Cut Shrek 2 DVD. Dane, can you check your beard? Is it in there? And Riley says it's in Anthony's mustache. I'll go fishing
Sorry, Morgan.
here in a little bit. Julie right here. Your mustache looks good on you, but it does remind me of a few bad dates back in the 70s. You know what, Julie?
Man.
Thank you. I like that. I'm going to take that and just run with the positives of that and not the negatives of the bad dates. I hope those ended up.
If he's back in here on the podcast next week and everything's the same, but he's wearing a fedora, we're going to know something is wrong with this guy. Yeah.
So let's see. How would you go about cleaning a car filled with salt the safest way? Filled with salt? Like it is in the car? I had to vacuum. If it's covered in salt, just wash it. Let's see. We got to get going, guys, here. So I'm up to 1 a.m. here. Diedrich, you guys, you and Hans hang out with each other. You guys are always doing stuff together. You guys should go hang out. Anthony, I want to go to the training in Memphis. I'll meet you there. Sounds like a deal, Luke. All right, guys. So we are wrapping up this live feed. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a blast. We've had a lot of fun answering questions, and we'll be back next week without Dane, unfortunately, to finish this thing off and keep it going.
I think you guys... We have Dylan coming in next week.
We do have Dylan coming in next week, yeah.
So he may or may not appear. I don't know.
Yeah. So ultimately, that's the feed, guys. And stay tuned for more here, the podcast next week. Make sure you subscribe to all the fun channels, right?
We got the Rag Company YouTube channel, but we also have the Rag Company podcast YouTube channel. Two different things. Make sure you're subscribed to both, and you've clicked the little bell if you want to be notified every time we have stuff come out. Otherwise, it's only going to tell you some of the time.
And leave a comment down below once this live feed ends, if you have any other questions or anything else. Appreciate all you guys, and we'll catch you the next one.
Thanks, guys. Adios.